To me, change your attitude. Remember, you are from the human race. Hey, change your attitude. In a rat race, money have no place. Come, change your attitude. In the image and likeness of God you are. So, change your attitude. You should be showing God like behavior. Why, yo, Bilabali, bilabali, labadam, derai. Aha, why yo, yadan, derai. Billy, labadam, derai.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
I am the seed of the father. He is the seed of the grandfather. Who is the seed of Bahutacha? He came from Calcutta. Stick on a bag on his shoulder. It's over and capra. So I am a seed of India. The Indian worship and slavery bind together to resist in unity. There was no more mother Africa, no more mother India, just mother Trinity. My hood, Raja planted sugar cane, down in the Caroni plain, Ramlogan, Kashana, Jahaji Pai, Brotherhood and the Fourth, Jahaji Pai, Brotherhood and the Fourth, Jahaji Pai. I would be at the best to Allah if I could dress with a color. I would rather have to make that journey, but I do have sympathy. So it is a great privilege to have such unique heritage. 50% African, 50% India. I have done 22 holiday, emancipation and arrival days. Since I tell her, sack me that journey, 150 years gonna already. Whether you're Hindu, Muslim, or Christian, let's walk this land hand in hand. We could only prosper if we try. I charge it back. Brotherhood and divorce. Charge it back. Brotherhood and divorce. Charge it back. My hands, sit away, come my hands in the way. My hands, sit away, come my hands, my sit away, come my hands. For those who play in ignorant, talking back to African descendants, if you want to know the truth,
Lennox Smith TCT,
take a trip
The
back
Ground
to
Report, The
Europe.
Corridor
And
Transformation,
somewhere on that
18.
journey, you will see
Sept
a man
2024, Truth.
saying if prayers in front of a chanting. Then I know then you'll understand what is that the tarnation. There's no room for prejudice at all. Nation is stand divided we fall.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Let us live as one under the sky. Brotherhood and divorce.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Time check. It's 16 minutes past your brother. 6 o'clock, and you're listening to the Ground Report. Yours truly, the pitbull of radio, and Lennox Smith in studio. Lennox, I ain't seen you, man. I need to see you early. Correct. We gotta make sure I see you early, man. That is one of the keep back if only let me see you early. It's all kind of settings, and then only do come on, I had to set back whole kind of thing again. Oh yeah. Nice. Well, by the meanwhile, tagging you in here. Give me some of the headliners now. Yeah, just give me one or two of the headliners. Not the politics one time. Nobody politics is the major headliners. Like, for instance, some of deaths we read so far. I mean, some child get you with something. A parents get you with some surgeries. Some how AGC houses give away. The buses and them coming on time now. When rain fall, nobody rather use no ambulance, no bus again. Why that the first? Imagine in Trinidad when they travel in bus, if rainfall, you have to open the umbrella. Oh lad. Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to you. So all of you that are looking to us on Real Media TT on Facebook, Real Media TT on YouTube. All of you, good morning. And I'm gonna put in Lennox Smith, man.
Lennox, Sept 2024, Truth.
They struggle. First is M's birth, then no is after birth. No is what Heinz when no tell me when no say what insecurity. And you all what do you call him that? Security. Security. But everybody, meanwhile, Smith is going through our headlines. Y'all don't forget to send your voice notes. Let's hear what's your headliner. What you believe that's supposed to make news that not making news. What's your contribution on the ground report this morning? Make sure to send your voice notes. Please go ahead, Lennox Smith. Ross, papers. So you ready, Rob? I've seen it. But again, you get the video what you get, Rob? All right. So Yes, yes. Oh, yeah. Judy Bang, ha! Oh, you go pay like a spare bill. But when the community government paying their bill, they may find no easy way to pay the bill to you. Easy way to pay their bill. Them are the easiest ways for we to pay money, you know. Oh, God, boy, this government is a taxing, lying, thieving, dirty, nasty, stinking government, boy. This is a piping, political piping, spranging, the spranging of the country, the piping of the country, led by a PM, King Kakahole. Right, I was thinking there, and Chief Kunumunu. Like by a Chief Kunumunu, King Kakahole. Yes, yes, these hours is good hours to be myself. Yeah. Oh boy. It's just hurtful. It's just really hurtful, Trinidad and Tobago. And all should understand how hurtful it is. Because again, they're finding ways and means to tax we. While Lennox Smith is engaged here. I know we just get news. Behind the scenes, sir. Yeah. And to see we the people know how to organize. And easy for we to pay, boy. Oh God. What the only surgeries plenty are we? Why do we forget we surgeries? The only yeah. Yeah. Mm. I like that. Just like that. elections. You gotta tell them, man. I want to believe that the same thing whereby people line up and I be line up and that kind of bacchanal. I want to believe it's the same. But as we put it, I find him put it as Rowley put it when he was talking to his own citizens. It's and the line up to pay the dreaded, that's what Rowley said, the dreaded property. And from there, and what dreaded property tax. Value for money. Everybody else getting the value for the money. When they pay the property tax, the garbage collected on time, everything that comes with it and the benefits that comes with paying property tax. Everywhere else in the world, we gonna like to go at the world and world and the world, getting the benefits for their money. It's a very good system. Mm. So what we're gonna do by the meanwhile, Trinidad and Tobago, is we're gonna open the lines for you. Yes, yes, let's open the lines. I'm gonna play some voice notes in a little bit. while we touch on other headliners, you have the opportunity to give us your front burner. Whatever part of the Caribbean, whatever part of the diaspora that you are calling from, give us your front burner. 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. Give us a WhatsApp call at 366-3053, 366-3053. The lines are open. Morning call. Oh boy. Morning call.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
That's an trip for you with Terrence Elijah saying, oh God, they have to get it. The other thing, you're getting enough, brother. They're going to do for you. You alone walking in the continent. Nobody is there with you, but nobody. I was thinking about it. Don't worry, now. The other thing, I ain't sorry for you. Good. It's damn good. You have to get more. Your constituents must give you more. You're getting enough. You're nasty man like you. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you very much, first caller. So again, to those of you that know, from the program, the number one program in Trinidad and Tobago, the Ground Report. Welcome. But I'm shooting the people of radio. And the decided of the AC, that LENNOX Smith. Join us in a little bit will be none other than Mikey K. Let's you're free to call in, give your contribution. And let's bring your front burner in front. And meanwhile, we're waiting for those calls and those voice calls and Smith. What is your first in the headliners? 1 minute. Go ahead, caller. Yes. Mm. All righty, man. We got it here now. Nice. Morning, caller.
Morning to you, Mr. Mike. Morning to you, Mr. Andy.
Macaro.
Morning to Mr. Lennox. Pleasant good morning to you, my friend. Well, what are we really doing with this thing of this thing and what good and do what being? And we get up and get win. Malcolm, good morning to you. So, good morning. Bellman, good morning. About all Miss Woodbrook, Miss Santa Cruz, we all are one, all of us from the Caribbean. I like to hear your voice on the radio, on the TV, and back. Andy, what is it really going on with you? Thank you, gentlemen. Have a blessed day.
Yes, man, Macaro, pleasant good morning to you. But you ready to hit the road?
Always there for you all to hit the road. I'm going to say, I tell somebody yesterday morning, let's come out and go on the road.
Well, nice. Thank you very much, Macaro. Oh boy, next time listen in the background, listen on your phone. So you when you get in, listen to us on your phone. Morning caller.
Good morning, Andy, again. Good morning to you, Lennox, Mikey, Nubi, and to everybody out there. Andy, it's years you've been telling, not only you alone, on every radio program, mute your radio. If you're making a voice note, don't low down the volume on the radio, whatever. But yet still, and then we want to know why this Embat was able to bring the proper why this government doing us what it is they're doing. You know why? Because we don't learn, we don't listen, right? Andy, I sent you the video with Terrence the so-called robbery. But I sent you a voice note, but I wouldn't go into that thing, right? Now, I also sent you one with a gentleman. The man said he didn't want to make a video, but he had no choice to make it. He went to the licensing office and he was told, no, he's a citizen of the country, that he had to bring a utility bill. He said that he told them that he pays, he's showing them the proof where he pay his utility bills online. He don't have a physical bill, right? Now we know WhatsApp don't send out bills like that again. Maybe once in a year you will get a bill, right? Now, you sometimes you don't even know what it is in that bill. But lo and behold, the man told them that. The man gave them his and all the documents. If you really did listen to the video, all the documents that this man gave to the licensing office, and they still refuse. They still refuse the man. That is why you see Mrs. Let's talk about Mrs. Wasabi Sessa, right? But she has a vision. She has a vision, right? And that is why she's against this cashless society, right? Look how now we can't get we pay bills online. We can't get receipts or whatever, right? Based on what the man is saying here. So what are we supposed to do? And Mrs. Wasabi has laid it out. All what we will not be able to do should they bring this cashless society, right? She laid it out on the line, on the table for everybody, right? If people don't want to learn and they don't want to listen, that's their business. Now, I listened to what the thing Lennox said, right? About the what this thing man wrote, the letter that he read out. Okay? No, they didn't go after commercial first. They went after residents because they know why. Because most of their friends and family and finances have commercial buildings. And this man is one of them, in much. Right? How many buildings does Farrell's family have? But you see, this is what this government is doing. They always target the poor first. Lennox, you remembered in 2014 when at Lord Harris Promenade, it's Harris Promenade in San Fernando, when Rowley said that Kamala owed them an apology because they never talk about bringing back the property tax, and she's lying on them. What have they done now, Lennox? And they're threatening the people. And in addition to that, from the 1st of October, you have to pay 10%, not even 1% interest, not 1%, but 10% interest, and 15% after that. That is why everybody's scrambling now. That is why everybody's scrambling now. And there's also a problem. And one of the chambers came out and begging the government to have some leniency for the people. Those people who need the new assessment. They have not got the new form, right? They're not taking the old assessment. They don't have the new assessment valuation receipt, and they're not taking it. Are they going to charge the people the 10%? All that. All they know. Uh-huh. Well, he is saying that, right? He is saying that you also have to pass on. Yes, yeah, no, he is saying that, but then he pass on that information to the people who collected all the money because they don't know what's going on. They don't know because you ask them, nobody can answer you. Yeah, nobody can answer you. Right? And this nonsense that's going on in this country, right? Now, the next thing I have to address this morning. Everybody talking about bring on Gary, bring on Michaela, bring on Gary, bring on Michaela. To do what? To do what? Right? What was Michaela doing for the last 9 years? Not campaigning with the PNM? No, Gary, only one Gary, right? What Gary somebody read on Gary resume yesterday. Oh, it was impressive. Yeah, but Gary needs to know to shut his mouth, put himself down in a corner, because after just recently, within the past week, you cannot want Gary, Mrs. Wasabi says to bring Gary on board when Gary is on every chat that is against Mrs. Wasabi Sessa, calling her names. If it's not Grey Goose, it's Sean Stable or other derogatory names. That coming from a man, does it sound like it wrongly? Does it sound like it wrongly? People be honest. When the man cannot have his way, he want to mash up. He was the one that came out and tell everybody that Mrs. Wasabi Session takes a 5-day weekend. Gary's not a leader. I don't know what Gary think that he is. Okay, Mrs. Wasabi Session didn't take it because of the same incident, the same batok in religion, and them all over the place. You poke holes in everything that the woman said, and all is still one Kamala to have an accommodation with Gary. I don't want nothing to do with my enemies. I am like to tell all you. I see my enemy on the ground. I am going to cross over them and go my way. Nobody's coming to hurt me and I'm going to stand up for them. Nobody. I don't care who you are. Not even my own family. So why should Mrs. Wasabi saddle horse for that? You know, tomorrow they get it the deal, right? And then 2 years down the line, Gary start acting up. His Tourette syndrome start acting up. What is she supposed to do? Come on, now, people have all they think now. If people come out and stop being complacent and lazy and come out and vote, we will be able to make it. Because what keep Rowdy and them doing to this country is enough to run everybody out of this country. It's enough to run everybody to the polls. You hear? And before I go, I want to tell Terrence again, you should have started that story with Once Upon a Time because Brian Hansen had nothing over you with that story. They didn't take your ring, they didn't take your wallet, they didn't take your money, they didn't take your expensive cell phone, but all they took was the bracelet. But I'm asking a question this morning before I leave here. How much was that witness paid to say yes, I see? Thanks a lot, guys, and have a good morning.
Yeah, because I can understand what kind of jokey bandit went free. Them leave all our valuables and just take one thing? Come on, man. Something wrong. Oh boy. So here with the Shannon today, we're going to organize to play some, get some, look, yes, man, what they call it. Let's get this down.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith. The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
We must make government work for the people rather than have the people work to keep a government. We must make government work for the people rather than have the people work to keep a government.
You must develop a sense of self-reliance. You must develop a sense of confidence. And you must know and remember that parliamentarians are your servants and that you are the lords of the land. And so I ask you to put your hand on your heart, every one of you, and shout after me, I am the government. Louder, I am the government. I am the government.
You get to know what? Oh. I think I will shift yeah, we're shifting because when we set the position that you come in and it's set, or always have to remain in that position. When you change the position, it means setting back over and over. So I don't see you come across. You came across more to your left today. You was more to your right yesterday. Oh boy. So if they set here, you will leave it for me. All right, but if you remain in the position today, let me remain there right through now. So mark your spot. Yeah. Mark your spot, partner. Nice. Morning, Paul. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution to the Gong Report this morning?
Hi, good morning, gentlemen. And yeah, now say, oh gosh, you ain't taking my call. Okay, morning, fellas, morning. Yeah, let's hear you all again. Yesterday, yes, Santa Cruz was talking about the property tax and everything, the contribution as usual. And you know, I would say, I'd say again, and I would say every day, until the people, I don't know if they will get up, until the people in this country know they have rights and they know that when we unite and we fight, we could win. But they sit down there year after year and accept all the crap from the PNM. You understand? If the people in this country had the attitude and say, we're not taking this, we're not staying there, Rowley and his gang would not have been there for 9 years. But the people what they want, when they want, how they want, and everybody was silent. In his disrespectful self, advantage self, you want to take put pressure on the ordinary man, and you're protecting your big shot friends. You want the rich to get richer, and the people don't understand. They're not seeing what Input and this government is doing to them. why it is you are not paying property tax, and why it is all these people when they pay property tax, when we should have united and said we're not paying property tax until all paying. But no, we don't have one there for nothing. So they would have to get in the long before Wednesday, completely sold out. You understand? And these people, right, they have to go and enjoy the cricket and the sports. But what I am saying, if half them people inside at the overs come out on the streets, we would have been able to send the message to input. We the ordinary people are not going to be disrespected and taken advantage of. But no, they say, no, let them do whatever. In the happen. You always gas to treat emotion. And them, look at the fools. Look at the fools. They're frightened. They're afraid me. I respect. I'll go to the one don't pay for. They don't know how to hear the property tax thing. It's wrong. Answer the question again. And I hope somebody will be able to tell me what the hell is wrong with the people in this country. That's all I want to find out. You understand? And then Mikey asked a question yesterday, but again, I was getting so much trouble to get in. That if we think that the UNC could get go to alone. You see, that is a question you couldn't put a yes or no answer to that, because I'll tell you why. The Trinidad was a real place, and in Trinidad had real people in it. Coming up beside the session and the UNC would have 141 out of 41 seats. You understand? But because when at the non-performance, the suffering, the economy, they mash up. Yeah, but they mash up. To make a long story short, everything they mash up. I see the school in yesterday flooded out. Everything they mash up. So if we had real people who stand up for what is right, think right, and do what is right, if they know they wanted a better Trinidad and Tobago, they wanted a better life, they wanted to be safer, they wanted things to be fixed, everybody would have gone and voted for TNT to fix TNT. But no, they don't do that. Is this one thing in our party, and the next one thing in our party? What is this? And let me tell you this, and then the thing about it is, the people cannot be trusted. They cannot be trusted, because you know why? When this one bring a party, and the next one bring a party, then they're studying at what I want to fix and they go, I want to live better, I want the crime to stop, I want the home invasion to stop, I tell in the apartment, something, being empty. Let me study that, I'm going to vote for my best friend, I'm going to vote for them. And when you do that, you're splitting the votes. This is the problem, the split votes, because some people are very irresponsible, they're very wicked, they're very evil, they're very selfish, and they don't care about the country. And let me tell you this, you see when it comes to the party, the NTA and the Matera, and them, yes, they will get votes, because we have plenty people in this country who don't even love themselves or their family. But what they do not understand, they will not get enough votes to win an election. They will not get enough votes to win an election. They will even get enough votes to win a seat. And as I told them already, just look back, just think when they had COP, I was one of the political that voted for UNC, not UNC and COP. I was in Woodford Square when they had their rally. Woodford Square was capacity. I was in a white shirt. I was there, all exciting people. And when the election came along, they did not win a damn seat, not one seat. And it's the same thing is going to happen if the people do not mature politically and put their experiences supposed up. It's not who I like or who I like or who I like. We have to fix, we have the responsibility to fix this country. And if everybody think, you really should think, to fix Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know what happened. These people in this country have to be totally very damaged. As I said a million times, every blessed day is crime. And it is getting worse. And I ever sit down and think what would happen if it will have anybody to hear Livingston. If these people get back involved in the next 5 years, people, only change all your mind. Mature. And that's what Gary Griffith. I would not say anything about I don't like Gary Griffith or whatever. Right? But what I cannot understand Gary Griffith, I think he was the best police commissioner. That's in my opinion. And I believe he's a man who will be able to fix this kind of situation. He has what it takes to do that, right? But you cannot understand, and I said, how he minds people is good. When you, as a police commissioner, was fired, you can say, or disrespected, belittled, he probably turned the entire little boy in a khaki short pants. You should be in the front line waiting to team up with Mrs. Spazati, says, or whatever, to make sure we get rid of Keith Rowley and the PLM. That is the whole plan, to get rid of Rowley and the PLM. You understand? But when you are having this party, you are encouraging the people who have a billion in their head that come and vote for you because they like you, and then they vote for the wrong basket because you don't get in about something. Put all your childishness aside. Everybody must forgive and forget. Forget what I mean and myself and all your ego. The plan is to get rid of Keith Rowley and the PLM. You understand? And we could do it if we do it together with respect and being real to fix this country. You understand? I would have been so glad to get even. Yes, for revenge of saying it on Keith Rowley and the PLM. You understand? And I could see Gary Griffith as being a minister of national security. What's going already, we're talking about now. Because, crime in this country is critical. It is critical. You understand? And we have, let us talk. He, I figure, is the man to deal with crime. Because you tell me like and I talk. That is the kind of attitude we need for crime. Not for Mrs. Griffith, but we need somebody strong, rough, and tough to deal with crime. I'm fed up at the crime. Every time you go, you're looking over your shoulder. Every time you hear something in your yard, people into you window. So what? That's how you want to do it every day? Let me tell you this, man. It is all about fixing TNT. You understand? So let's get together. All of them who run the home party, who didn't do a damn thing, to fix Trinidad, they go for the 9 years. If people have sense, they vote. When they put their ballot, they will get you. All of them who think it down, who look in the form party. Let me deal with it, and all of they're trying to do is not an election, All they want to do is to keep PLM there. And you know why? All you who form in party and have party, all you among the privileged set, all you have money, all you don't have to worry if all you stay there for the next 5 years because you know why? All you can go to all your houses in Florida when you start to act up. All you have money when health searches, you have to go to nothing. All you have money, all you can go to the best hospital. All you can eat the best food. All you can drive the best car. All you are the privileged set who have the best of everything. And all you come into use and abuse the doctors people that come and vote for you for this stupidness that goes on in this country to continue. You say, all you want to all you can't win nothing. All you want that, all you want to have the PLM. All you want to have the PLM. And all you don't care PLM say because you know why? All you're rich, all you have money, all the PLM do it, they are affecting all you. We out here, retire it. 9 years is too much. We cannot take anymore. And they think they will come and assist the PLM to say there, we ain't taking that. People, all you have power, get up and do something and let us fix this country. And one more thing I wanted to say before I I have my digital cable. I have been having a problem with digital. The plug on the digital is not working. And I have called these people a million times. I want to get on the test. You have to press 1 and press 2. And I call them and say, I won't answer. Because somebody answer you. I want somebody answer you, somebody in Jamaica. And this thing is so inconvenient. I am paying money for service that I am not getting. And these people have no respect for the customer. When it's time to pay your bill, you have to pay your bill, you have to pay your bill in time. When the people carry it up, they carry it up. If you don't pay your bill, they have to take it off. And if there is a problem, and you have technicians, and you have to work in there, wait till the cable be fixed. It was going on for a week. And every time you go to pay back, I went on Monday night. I wanted to pay back the Monday night thing on the TV. You can't get it. It's not going anywhere. They have no respect for the customers, and it's because of the attitude of Trinidadians, they feel everybody is the same thing, but I am not the same thing. You understand? I tell them about them yesterday, and I told them, yeah, I have been complaining about this thing for the longest time because I don't think I just fix my system. I can fix it for myself. But they are not responding. Yeah, I'm paying customer. I have the service. Yeah, you look at the price is right. You go to the time, well, I put on the TV now. This program is no longer available. And this is what going on. I am paying for service. I pay you for attention. If I expect to get attention, if I don't expect when you feel you're going to take off this, and when you feel you take off that, and then there's a problem, you're taking for to fix it. I told them that yesterday I was going to talk about it on the radio because people in this country, they're going to sit down and let everybody walk over them, but not me. Not me. I know my life, and I stand up for my life. But the reason why I'm telling you on the TV, I know the power of the ground report. I tell them, and they will do that. Well, I hope who has a responsibility and tell them, I want better service from the digital because that is what I am paying my money for. So I was going to say, we will keep on fighting. We are going also because here, you're going to vote for the hell you're going to vote. There's only one place where you have to put all your eggs, and that is by the rising sun. Vote for the UNC or you want to look better. And for the one in the Martin, whoever she is, these old people, like myself, she's not even sensible. Who say that? Because I say on the program yesterday that I will never see the corridor again. What I want to tell you, madam, is people like you, so who obsessed with wrongdoing, obsessed with evil, have the country as it is. You understand? You don't care, they kill over your children if you have any. They're breaking your house, so they don't care. They rape your things, you don't care. So you want to sit down there with yourself and want to put your ex-mighty policy and encourage you all to stay there to do what? Well, let me tell you this, sir. We can't have this thing all because you see those people, they born notice, and they were dead notice. You understand? I see a name. As long as we have the majority, lessons for all the people out there who thinking correctly, who want to live better, and who intend to fight for the country, or they prepare yourself, have everything in order, we will do everything that we can do. We're going to fight, because guess what? We're getting wrapped around almost all of us unite, the majority of us. The fools that can't deal with them, the majority of us have to work together, stand together, stay strong, stay firm, support each other, support the UNC, and guess what? We want to live better. We need to live better. Oh my God, we cannot continue. When I listen to the Lord, Father, Jesus, I have to tell you to come home from here. Crime, who dead, who if they come. We can go here. We can go and be a country with any form of national security. We can do that. Can we go to a country with no health care? Can we go to a country with every Monday morning those things going up? Can we continue being here? You have to be looking around the park. You have to be looking around people identify or waiting at home. You have to have your house like a jail, or they don't continue with that. But let me tell you this, sir. The majority of people, be blessed, and vote for the UNC. Let them say what they want. People think we want to live better, we have to live better, we will live better if we go and vote for the UNC to fix the people. You're not doing an excellent job. Blessings to you all, and blessings to all the wonderful people who call this program and who have been fighting to make the people a better place. Blessings to you all.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from, and what's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
Morning, Andy. I'm not getting to the YouTube. I would like to get the link, please.
This number here, just press the link. When you get the link, just press the button. You see YouTube mark and just press the button. Press it.
Alright.
So I'll send the link for you. I'll send the link for you.
Tell us the right hand, okay.
Good morning, caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
Hey, I am calling to say congratulations, Ms. Woodbuck. You could not have said it better. We want to live better, and the only way to do that is vote for the United National Congress. Have a great day, gentlemen. God bless.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Quick! Mother! Quick! For we must make government work for the people rather than have the people work to keep the government in place.
Nice, nice. So the lines are open at Trinidad to be able to give you all the numbers. 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. Send your WhatsApp voice notes. Yes, make sure to do that. Or make your WhatsApp call at 366-3053. 366-3053. And don't forget, we'll be joined by Gael the Caribbean at 8 a.m.
Don't forget, people.
So the line,
of course,
go ahead,
we carry the corridor transformation carries, of course, the Ground Report, feeding from the Read Media TT and elsewhere on YouTube. So all you have to log into is the corridor transformation, and you get it now from 6 to 9, and as well as on Facebook. But you then log in there. Love until we have not been able to rectify the hacking that we got some months ago. And that is still to be regularized, we pray that way, or to be discontinued. But that being as it may, those are the two areas or two places you can get the Ground Report every morning, if you prefer to use the Corridor Transformation platform, or as I said, or workers' rights as well, who of course have their own audience, I will presume, just as the Corridor Transformation. But all of that is to generate the reach that is required, and the importance, and it demonstrates the importance of the messages that will emanate from the Ground Report. Go ahead, Andy.
That's true. Caller, pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning. I'm asking a question. A little bit wrong. I just want to actually and I secret people on this planet Earth. You did not deal with someone jumping up on you for years going on, and you still there for that person, and you are real Trinidadian, real people. Just imagine with someone for many years they're jumping up on you. And let me say something again here, right? You see all who condoning this wrong thing, Jesus will be here soon. And I don't know what they come up with when they're doing this planet Earth like that. But they don't know what.
Where are you calling from? In Trinidad? I'm from the Oh, go ahead. You go ahead. Yeah. Very well said. Go ahead.
Why you walk up on the way, even if it's not the first time it's wrong, they are wrong. You understand me? And God doesn't like these things. I'm calling from Tobago. God doesn't like these things. When you are wrong. This government is doing all kind of evil or whichever thing you look. What kind of thing happening? Even coming to Tobago, even this. I didn't get to know this concentration government is doing anything. Inside of the street and is kind of thing. It's not a kind of thing. The old state of these people, my God, to be real now. When is not coming to judge? What are we going to tell him when he gets here? What is going to leave now? Oh, God, man. We have only one.
Thank you very much, Tobago.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
Now, I want to tell you what Mr. Cruz said, and also Mr. Brook. Hello, Andy?
Yes.
Loud and clear, my friend. Loud and clear.
St. Joseph. Ontario.
Yeah,
Go ahead, man.
President Gary Griffith. Gary Griffith may have been a good national security minister, also a commissioner of police. But Gary Griffith cannot be a prime minister. He will follow suit like Rowley. Because if you will remember, before people used to say Rowley didn't have a national security minister when we were there. And what kind of person Rowley is now? So Gary Griffith will be a good national security minister, commissioner of police, yes, but not a prime minister. Gary Griffith is too arrogant when he's ready, and he cannot be corrected at all. Nobody can correct Gary Griffith. He knows everything, and he always leans on his not forces, but his what he has his behind the name, keep things Gary Griffith and thing. Nobody will be able to talk to Gary Griffith. So he can't be a good prime minister. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, of course, he's referring to Gary Griffith's maverick style. He comes across as a maverick, very garrulous, very talkative, and his loquaciousness, I mean, has no boundary, but sometimes he says the most extraordinary things that clearly would have been unnecessary to be said, but he says it anyway, and I think that is a flaw in his personality and or character, and that is something that he has to work on to get the validity that he's looking for in the public trust, should I say, arena, because that is what it is all about, whether or not he is going to conform to the normative behavior, accepting the fact that the UNC is the major player by a far distance, and he is at best an aberration, because I say so from the context that we have seen so many persons like him and parties like him rise and fall over the years, whilst of course the UNC remain dominant and always there to challenge the PNM and in many instances getting into government. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, but I would like to throw in all of this too. In real history have shown that when the opposition forces unite, because we watch at ANR, the NAR, we watch at we recently watched the People's Partnership, that people come out overwhelmingly, people really and truly, the PNM at all points was defeated. It never had where you get a joining or coming together of all the opposition forces and the PNM win. We never see that. So if we talk in history and we talk in truth, we have to put that on the table to it. Right? And so, and I understand too, many of the people who call in and say, well, yeah, they understand the situation with Gary and or we may be aggressive or at the end of the day, if what it is he's saying is the truth, if what it is that is being discussed is the truth, if history really show that when all opposition forces come together, that the PNM is defeated. Right?
Well, of course, whether you want to call that aberration or not, in 2000, the UNC won by themselves on the Panday. Right? So let's put that into the equation as well. Of course, I want to admit, I'll be the first to admit this was a slim victory, but the three persons were able, of course, to short-live that administration. But the fact is that they did in fact win alone.
Right. So, caller, you go ahead, caller. Go ahead. Yeah.
It's obvious that when we have third parties contesting on their own, the PNM victorious. So it's obvious that the PNM stands to gain from all of the shenanigans taking place, and more than likely, they have somehow or the other gotten their finances to finance these third parties, so they could create this type of upset and cause the main party, the UNC, to fall short by a few votes and a few marginal seats and not win the election. And these third parties, they know that. So what they actually do is they hold the UNC to ransom every time the talk of coming together is being discussed and our election is around the corner. They believe that they hold a strong card. With all due respect to Mr. Griffith, he went and he formed his own party when he was part of the COP. When they had the elections for leadership in the COP and he failed to take the leadership of that party after Dukaran, the people actually voted, the COP people voted for a deadbeat, I would call her that, to lead them at the expense of Gary Griffith and his entourage who wanted to take part in that party. And I heard it the other day talking about he representing knife and fork people who sit on the fence. They're not sitting on no fence. What they're looking for, they're not looking for, he don't represent them because they were the COP which rejected him. He went and started something on his own. That is not being genuine. Have you ever seen a Gary Griffith for he don't have that. He don't have no party to show. When they had the by-election and they had the big rallies, the UNC people have to go with the vehicles and follow and parade behind the NDP or whatever the party name is to create the illusion that he had some support. Even when he was the Minister of National Security, he had his cabinet officers, he said the cabinet supporting him and advising and directing him. That was not a one-man show. He was well supported and he was well advised. You had as far as I can say, the best National Security Minister was Jack Warner, and Jack Warner was there, and he took over from Jack Warner. It's like you was given a willing horse to ride. And he rode the horse. I make no bones about it. But when he wants to distract, and he wants to take all this credit to himself, I personally never met or I was never asked about his credit rating. So I don't know where he gets all these numbers from. No pollster ever called me or my family or the house or anybody, and I was lying in a rum shop. I never hear nobody tell me some pollster called them to ask them about Gary Griffith rating and how good he is. Where he gets these numbers from? Who rates him? It's just like these pollsters. So they just jump up and they feel it. They want $50 and they say, well, the PNM leading. And they have no scientific proof that the PNM leading because I have about 5 cell phones and I have a phone, no one ever call me. I don't know how to do that, if they have a crystal ball or something. And this is the kind of disease that these people suffer from. It's called delusion of grandeur. And unless and until they don't get the message that this country can only be saved by Kamala Prasad and the UNC. And you see those 25 seats? They're going to win those 25 seats. But I have to repeat, you need 2 candidates in Tobago. Tobago needs to get 2 UNC candidates, 2 UNC officers for the 2 districts, and start to do the work. If Tobago rejects the UNC, fine, no problem. Lamonti do it every election. Beaton do it every election. It don't mean that they don't put up people. Bill Martin do it every election. It don't mean that they don't send people. So you must include Tobago in your plans by showing the support. You can't rely on party and them fellas and them. Look how them fall apart within 6 months of coming into office. They're not stable in their mind. They're not mature in their mind. You can't rely on them for support. You would like to rely on them. You would hope to trust them, but you can't. It's simply impossible to do so based on the track record. They flip-flop too much. And again, the majority of them, they have no experience. They're still walking about the place with their head in the cloud and they're trying to figure out what to do. And yes, Rowdy suffering them because he wicked. But that don't mean to say that they can't get certain things right and they're not getting certain things right and the people are complaining. So the UNC needs to get quickly, get their act together, get 2 officers in Tobago. Because a lot of people in Tobago support the UNC. Give those people the opportunity to cast a proper vote. You follow what I'm saying?
I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%.
Gentlemen, for the time you allow me, And I tell you that those third parties that are going alone, the finances of the PNM, they go and they finance those parties with a little bit of capital because they know they will make that money with the PNM take office and they get a big contract. It's $5 billion on a country for 1 year, you know, multiply that by 10 years. And I get 1 year, 5 billion, and 3 billion missing from our from the accounts. And I saw 1 year. So what about all the other years when the Auditor General was paying too much attention? Those other Auditor General was paying too much attention. This country is being raped, whether they like it or not. And people's lives dependent on a change in government soon, otherwise being real trouble. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, sterling contribution there. That's a dose of reality.
Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Mikey K, a pleasant good morning to you, my brother.
Good morning to you, loud and clear, my brother.
Loud and clear. Well,
good morning to you.
Everybody lock on.
Yes, indeed. Pleasant good morning to you, my brother Andy Pitbull Williams. Good morning to you, LENNOX Smith, and our technical
Want you as well, my friend.
And everyone, especially those across the region, our newfound friends who are locked on in Dominica. Somebody from Grenada messaged me yesterday and said, we can't act like that in Grenada when it comes to politics. So we are so amazed by what we are seeing. They really and truly were surprised. You all are fighters. Well, thank you, Grenada. And to all the other CARICOM regions that are locked on. Yes, we are, of course, going to be on guard in a few minutes live. It's all about the Ground Report Morning Prime at 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. So those of you who are on Ampere Flow, those of you who are whatever station that you can get us on, you can lock on in a few minutes. You know, gentlemen, quite interesting. And you know what? We need to call Gary Griffith, man. Because listen, we have some intelligent callers here, man. People who can give you a comprehensive breakdown when they start to connect the political dots. The electorate is no longer sleeping, you know. Quite interesting. And of course, I know many of you would have heard by now what happened to the MP. Well,
I say he got a dose of that which they created. So he shouldn't be surprised to make the statement that is where it reached. Is he claiming to be immune?
Well, I mean, he's surprised that is how far it reached. But all right, and if you are displaying these kind of open emotions that you're so surprised, but you could clearly see he was traumatized, gentlemen. Is that you think we weren't surprised when we found out in your very ministry 21 babies died in the NICU? Think we not surprised in the fact that Petrotrin has been shut down? Our #1 foreign exchange earner is gone. You think we not surprised that more than 2,000 of our students fell through the cracks? We don't know how much of them on Raymond Yard, how many of them was lying in a pool of blood. We don't know how many. Yet still, you think we not surprised? You think we surprised to find out all our money that cannot be accounted for? You think we surprised to find out that $5 billion in contracts? And it seems to be just a circle of individuals. Now you surprised that crime reached this far? Come on, man. You ain't surprised at all. You really? We surprised that people could be in their homes, that people jump in your wall based on the advice from one of their own PNM people. That's right, Miss Davy. Jump the wall, do all of that. After all, the police didn't pull in. But then now Smith might hit you and you will say anything out of turn. If it's not that, it's this one, it's that one. A lady instructed people to jump the walls, kick down the door, go through the window. I guess they extended that by saying they sexually abused and take advantage of. That's what we're doing. And now today they are saying the MP is surprised. Imagine an eyewitness account says that they went after him, they singled him out. That is what the eyewitness said here.
Yes, I ran a poll last night, and the consensus was that the perpetrator, the assailant, would have known him, and you have just confirmed that.
Yeah. said that the daters, they saw him, and specifically said when the incident is one eyewitness who outside the center when the incident occurred believes the Alsing was specifically singled out.
Yeah.
It targeted Mr. Alsing. That's what he said. He said it's youths who know, it's youths who know the thing they don't know. And that is why I said last night on the Observer, my colleague LENNOX Smith made a statement and people was kind of that if it is the results, and if it is that the general public believes that the election that is coming up is going to be stolen, I don't think people are just going to sit by idly and accept that. I just don't. And we're not inciting violence. We're not condoning violence or any wrong
Of course not.
And I'm just saying, for people to say eyewitness, listen, to single out the man. Guys, we MP. We ain't eating. It had no food on the table. We want work. We had no opportunity. Was that going through the minds of those youths? We don't know. We don't know. It's because of you, my father had no work. It's because of you, my mother had one compromised body. It's because of you, my little sister can't go to school. I taken something from you today because you take everything from us. But that the mindset? Oh no. To wake up now and say that realize where crime reach. Realize where crime reach.
Imagine that.
And to add insult to injury, this morning we are waking with the headlines that not only is there an increase by 20, but the total so far is 1,407 dengue cases. Good to see.
Wow.
Good to see the Minister of Death. There's an additional 20 cases of dengue, but when you add that to what was there before, there's a total now of 1,407. I remember when we started monitoring this development, it was just about 22.
Very nice, very nice.
And here we're going to do.
Here, just open the lines.
Open the lines, because at 8 o'clock, at 8 o'clock, we're going with the GR Morning Prime, or live on Guile. And I want us to call Gary Griffith and let's see what's going on. Because listen, we have real business to take care of. My colleague just mentioned about Dr. Depp and all these dengue cases. People have no money, they have nothing. And we're sick and tired of the narrative of the fact that, hey, this one need to pack down and this one need to cool up. I know people need to start understanding and be conscious enough that we are trying to save our country. So let's call Gary Griffith in the GR Morning Prime and let him hear from the people themselves too. If I have something to tell him, tell him. If he needs to pack down, if he needs to chill, if he needs to take it easy, if he needs a dose of reality, my God, it's time we tell people how we feel. The voice of the people is the voice of God, and nobody will conveniently hear this voice. This is the ground report. That's what makes us number one. Other islands are tuning in and saying, my God, what's going on with them fellas? The vision, the real. I wish we had people like this in Grenada, in Dominica, in Barbados. Yes, people, it is the ground report. It is now in the regional domain as well. And for all the folks out there on the international circuit, good morning, whatever time it is in your neck of the woods. Take the calls on the 8 o'clock when we hit Guile. Get Gary Griffith on. If people have to tell him, because last night on the Observer, Moonilal said that the UNC has what it takes to go it alone. Brian Biggs said, listen, all the machinery is there and ready to go. Everybody we talking to said it can happen alone, UNC. Gary, you tell us once and for all why you say it can happen and what you intend to do, and the people will judge you on that. This is now in the public domain on the ground report. And you go ahead.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and LENNOX Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
We must make government work for the people rather than have the people work to keep our government in place.
Nice, nice. I like that spirit, Mikey. Go ahead, the caller.
Hello, morning.
Good morning.
Yes,
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Calls, especially, no, background. Make sure the background clear.
And you just give people long time. I just try to make my comments small, but you just give people some long time and sometimes you'll be talking out. Right? I have criticize nobody, but that's all it is. Yeah. And that's nice. But let me tell you something.
Right, listen, you listen now, listen. I am not talking about now. I'm just reminding people within the GR prime time when we're on Guidance channel, we want all contributions very, very short. It's only for that timing. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we attack my partner, so he have a right to defend himself because he didn't listen to him. All right, so go ahead.
Morning to cheer you guys. Special morning to Mikey. No, you're Mikey asked a simple question yesterday. I tried to be within the right. Yeah, he didn't ask no why. Why you don't believe UNC or why you believe UNC can be? He didn't ask no why. He said, do you believe? So today, I can give a little explanation if I think that UNC could do it or they can do it. You know, we had 2003, 2002 when they had a tiny election and the president gave the opposition, which was PNM, the government, right? After that, we had a next election. And Ramesh was pulled away from the UNC and Ramesh formed Team Unity. And he went on his own and he didn't make it. Right? He pulled apart. The UNC come back and they had an election and the thing they win. Then after that, they had Yokaran. Yokaran, who was in the party, and party gave him a position. And he the party and went and formed COP. Right? But he came out from the party and he formed another party, and that party with a couple of seats, so the UNC had also joined with it. Right? They were formed the government, alliance government. Now, Gary is not a part of the party. Makila is not a part of the party. It's up to the people to go in. But if the people go in, they are small majority, just like what went on with Ramesh. When he had Team Unity. So it can't just have UNC communicate on their own. But it was a but in this situation, we need all hands on deck. Because we're fighting against the PNM, and the PNM is not no easy party to overcome. It needs total unity and it needs a comprehensive plan to overthrow the UNC. Once they the PNM, once they get them out, once they are out of government, right? Then the people could relax and they could see policies and things coming into play. No, you know that point. People have the experience of paradise, criminals want a paradise. No, these people have the experience living outside of paradise. People have the experience living under the PNM and have the experience of living under the UNC. And they have to compare. There must be reasonably to compare it. You understand? To see which government, better government, be in control of the not in charge, but to rule or anything, but to manage the economy by it's just about managing the economy and sharing wealth and easily burden of the people. Look at this government. Rowley saying he's not going to bring up no property tax. But Rowley was right. He didn't property tax. Rowley bring back a rental value tax. But Sandy language, you see, English is a hard thing to understand. He said, I'm bringing back property tax. But Rowley didn't bring back the property tax. He bring the value tax. If they were bringing back the property tax, you pay property tax based on your value, your valuation of your property. You're not paying no tax based on valuation, you're paying tax. So it's like your property now belongs to the government and you pay them a rent for your property. People have to open their eye and see what is going on. Without tomorrow later. You understand? So these are the things I think you have to stop criticizing one another and really work together to get one government out and get the funding. That's simple about it anyway. Thanks for the opportunity to put in a little few words.
Nice.
All right, my brother. Yeah, you wanted to get that off for quite a while. Yes, Andy, go ahead.
Yes. Hey, so again, thanks for the over 800 and something. And we are continuing to break barriers that are alive with us. on Real Media TT on Facebook, Real Media TT on YouTube. And I'm a pleasant morning to each and every one of you that are locked on to us on Corridor Transformation on YouTube, Love Laventille on Facebook, and the Workers' Right platform. And for those of you that are viewing us in Grenada, whether it be Jamaica, Guyana, but God got on to us through Guyana channel, and you all decide to join the #1 program early. Thanks so much, and continue to encourage others to join the #1 program early. We start at 6 a.m. on the morning. So don't miss nothing. The lines are open. Within the next 5 minutes or so, let's put all this thing to rest. You, the people, have the opportunity to ask or to question Gary Griffith based on his beliefs. And those things will certainly up on the wrong report. You, the people, have the opportunity to... Let us say your background here.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What's your background there, LENNOX? Yeah,
okay.
Nice, so the lines will continue to be open. At 8 o'clock, we're going to get in contact with Gary Griffith.
All right, go ahead. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
What are these new? Boom. Hello, good morning, Colin.
Good morning. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and all across the earth. I just want to say one thing. This morning, one of the ladies asked a question. She wanted Trinidad and Tobago and maybe Trinidadians to say why they continue doing the things they do and electing these people. We have, in my opinion, a slavery mentality. We have not gotten out of that apparently. It starts with racism and then it goes to slavery, because I deal with people on a daily basis. And almost every day you will hear people defending what this government is doing. And no matter what you say to them, it makes no difference. Now, people like me, the parents are trying to make it in this world and now have to pay petty tax for deceased parents and all these things. I mean, our house that is more than 60 years old, and they are telling me I need to pay $1,500 back because the rent value is about about 80,000 or something like that. They said, where? You know, where in the world is this going to happen? And we have no redress for I think is making an objection is nothing right now for me. So, they are being whipped daily. If they make a mistake, they are being warned, they are being threatened, they are being bullied, they are comfortable with this. The few of us who constantly try speaking out against it, I don't see it making much difference right now, because it's that mentality that is not changing. We have to figure out how to get into that mentality and turn things around in there. People will see there's a way of living, there's a way of life. Being honest with you, I love Trinidad and Tobago. It shouldn't get and live in this country. I refuse to make children grow up in this favorite that we have going on here. Thank you for hearing me. Have a wonderful and blessed day.
The Ground Report with Mikey K.
Hello. Good morning, Ground Report. You see, there's always a first time. And in everything, according to Mrs. Prasad Bissessa, we put go and go brave. I think what we are doing is trusting in man and not the author and finisher of all things. if we will just, in addition to all the hard work, going out on the field and all that, and pray daily, we will be successful. The people who want to be part and join parts of the thing, they are not coming just for so. And they are very arrogant. So let us go alone, walking along with God, trusting there's nothing too hard for God to do. And that is what we taken out of the picture. There's nothing too hard for him to do. I think many people getting confused with unity. Unity does not mean go and unite with people who are not in the party. The unity has to be in the party. And once there is unity within the party, then nothing is impossible with God. Bye.
All right. We are on, folks. We are on. Let me say a pleasant good morning to the Gaia family, and of course all the good folks who have come on board across the region, our character brothers and sisters. Good morning indeed. It is the Ground Report. I, of course, Mikey K, my colleague, of course, on the side of me here, Mr. LENNOX Smith, a.k.a. here with us. So good morning again. General elections in Trinidad and Tobago is constitutionally due. Now the climate is very tense, so the political climate here is. So we hear a lot of that based on our conversations. Those who are vying for seats, those of course the incumbent, those who are government in waiting, and all the officials. Right here, you hear it, so you don't need to check out the Caribbean brother. Right here on Gaia, everything you need to know, you're going to get it. And Mr. Gary Griffith. Yes, once and for all.
I just want to key one thing because that was nice.
Go ahead, my friend.
The problem is, we in Trinidad and Tobago for the last 9 years, to those of you in the Caribbean, this government we have here has supported the people. Mash up all that ever to touch down. From Trinidad and Tobago being watched as Little America in the Caribbean, to be watched worse than Haiti because of this taxing, lying, thieving, wicked, killing government. Thank you. There's people here.
There you go. So true. So true. Yes. Yes, so Lennox, I think people would know by now.
Yes, I know that not only where we are, but of course the topical issues. I'm sure that it will be interesting for the wider Caribbean and the world to know that our Minister of Health was attacked yesterday, only yesterday, outside a bar in a very public place by youths. I say youths here plural, meaning that more than one person. It appears that might have been part of that assailant team, and he was robbed of his. I think it has some spiritual sentiments. A gold wrist band that he was relieved of, and the consensus is that he would have been targeted because of who. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead, Ali. Yes, let's say welcome. We have Gary Griffith, the political leader of the NTA, National Transformation Alliance here in Trinidad and Tobago people. He is the political leader, and they are preparing for the general elections that is started soon here in Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to you, Mr. Griffith.
Good morning to your many listeners this morning and viewers.
Mr. Griffith, we took a poll. It was a bit mixed, let me be honest with you. Some people, of course, saying yes, that the UNC can go it alone. They have what it takes. They've been putting their machinery together. Some saying that it is too much at stake for us to even not unite. And there are others who are saying yes, perhaps an accommodation, but accommodation without those driven by egos, driven by their overambitious essence, and those who need to have some sense of humility and understanding how the politics is playing out. This is your time, Mr. Griffith. State your case. Why should there be an alliance, and why should there be one with the NTA?
And good morning to all. So just to clarify, I've been listening, obviously, one of the stations that brings out a lot of facts and data, and it is good that you all allow those people on the ground to give their view. But just to clarify certain things I heard this morning. One, somebody said that Gary went up for the full TOP. That is totally incorrect. I never went up for any position in the Congress of the people. And sometimes when people have access to speak in the media, they make the wrong statements. So that was the first thing. I was actually part of the Congress of the people. I went up for a seat. I never went up in the executive. But for information, it is the minute of after Gary Griffith, she was going up for the political leadership. And what I did, I was a campaign manager. And there were 12,000 registered COP members. I got a team. We contacted almost every single member. 4,500 said they were voted for Gary Griffith. 300 said they were voted for Carrier. 180 for Sharon over Nicole. The 4,500 said Nicole is not coming as year. They want to leave the COP. The two other candidates decided to go to court because Nicole had left the COP. And Nicole walked away, the 4,500 walked away, Karen won by at least 300 votes, which is exactly as I predicted. So that's the first thing. I never went up against the COP and lost. The second, the caller said that polls. What kind of polls they're talking about that Gary was so successful because nobody ever polled him. He had high polls. There was something so comical in my life. So if you do a poll, every citizen has to be contacted. Let me clarify anything to the public here. The United States, when they do their polls to say that Trump is now behind by 3% or whatever, it's 5,000 people are polled. It is something to call the law of probability. Probably they didn't have to know about it, they didn't understand that. So when polls are conducted, the polls conducted on myself as commissioner of police, it was done by the PNM, it was done by and I will explore the data from PNM, obviously, because they put me on their poster board, remember, their manifesto. So in 2020, they told the country, we have failed miserably, we have been totally incompetent, but we gave you all Gary Griffith. So I became the center poll for the PNM. So the PNM did their poll, Nigel Henry did his poll for Express and TV6. The Police Service Commission did their poll, and the Police Service did their poll. And it was between 78 to 81% stating full support and confidence in me as commissioner. 10% were irrelevant, said they didn't care, sorry, and 10% said no. That is 1 in 10. That was the highest public relation by any person in public office in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. So for you to say the person didn't call me to me what kind of poll they conducted, there's something to for the law of probability with a 5% margin of error. The third thing is that he said, well, Jack Warner was the successful minister. Let me clarify, Jack Warner was my role model as it pertains to work ethic. I watched the way that man worked, and that is why I copied him as a minister and a commissioner. That crazy man was working in his office 4 o'clock in the morning to meet people. And the people lined up outside his ministry for his own constituency. That is the work ethic that I took from Jack Warner. But to say that I did nothing. So just, I ask you, can you tell me, name one thing that Jack Warner would have done as Minister of National Security? I'm not knocking his work ethic and his accessibility was second to none. Almost every single achievement by the People's Partnership in National Security was under my watch as Minister of National Security. It was the highest reduction in serious crime in 51 years. The establishment of the Rapid Response Unit, the establishment of the National Operations Center, the establishment of the Community Comfort Patrol, the National Security Special Operations Group, and then the implementation of the 12 garment vessels that cost 1.2 billion less than the current contract of the OPV by the PNM. So that's just to clarify those things. But it pertains now to the alliance.
The citizens need to remember, people seem to forget that Gary Griffith was member of UNC in 2006. So since then, I have been more UNC than probably many present UNC persons. I have been in the belly of the UNC. In fact, in 2007, it was Gary Griffith and Rudy Munilal that understood the importance of an alliance because he had two leaders in Mazio Pandey and Winston Dukaran that was they spoke about egos. We were getting the polls and the polls were showing point blank. We didn't have a snowball chance in hell to win because we had the UNC base team with Mazio Pandey and we had what you call the knife on fork, the floating voters, the marginal people, the people in the corridor with Dukaran. And Rudy Munilal and I saw it. 2 days before final nomination, I said, Rudy, this is not going to work. This is going to put the PLM market power. We say, Gary, it's too far gone. Go back to the COP. You have to select 5 marginals. We select 5 marginals and we go down that road. Ego and arrogance and be better than them. Them is knife on fork or them they don't have the policies like us. And that is what for the PLM to win 26-15 in 2007. But Rudy Munilal and myself understood the politics. So when people try to say that I don't understand the politics, nobody understands it more than me. I did my best on behalf of the COP to bring it back. Dukaran refused, and they refused based on Rudy and I speaking to both of them. So when we come now, remember, in local government election, what it started that citizens make statements and decisions based on what they feel that the leadership will say or do. In the local government election, it was Gary Griffith who worked for 3 months every Saturday with UNC candidates to make sure UNC could win San Fernando. People have short memory. It was me working from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. every Saturday with the UNC candidates to make sure we can cut inroads into San Fernando for UNC. It was Gary Griffith that worked every Monday and Tuesday in San Fernando with a certain politics, losing 20-something pounds, getting a chance with the UNC candidates in San Fernando every Monday and Tuesday practically for 3 months to get UNC to cut into the heartland of PLM's areas. It was Gary Griffith that worked with the UNC candidates throughout the corridor for the rest of that week. I spent more time working with the UNC candidates than my own 31 candidates. When you want to speak about sacrifice, when this alliance took place, I let the Kamala put that because, you know what I said? Give me the hardest seats that UNC has never won. She thought I was mad. I had to prove the votes of the NTA. So we went up for the 31 hardest seats that UNC has never won. We're talking about the Laventils and the Porter States. UNC has never won any of those seats. So when you hear people like Shane Morgan talking nonsense and say, well, the NTA didn't win seats in local government, what we did was what UNC would not have been able to do. We cut inroads of 30 to 70% in die-hard PLM seats that UNC have never won. By me doing that, it forced the PLM hierarchy to utilize the resources. They were putting everything into Samuel Gandhi because they wanted Gandhi to win 8-6. I knew that was happening, which is why I went in there to support Kamala Prasad because it wasn't just 5 dissidents, there were several others, and they were waiting. They had their ballot out ready to have Kamala Prasad as she lost local government elections. So let me bring it out to the open. I went in there because I understood that if Kamala is removed, I think we would not have a chance to win, even with Gary Griffith bringing the knife on 4 voters to the poll. So I went in there and I said, give me 31 hardest seats. I don't want any of your seats. And by me doing that, it caused the PLM to put focus back in the Diego Martins, the Porter States, the Arimas, and then me working in San Grande to help bring the floating voters out. When I walked in those areas, Trinidad and Tobago, for every 5 houses of voters who would vote against the PLM, 1 and sometimes 2 said, look, this is our house, this is our COP house. We don't support the UNC, but if you are there, we will vote for them. That is what caused me to go for. That is what caused us to put inroads in San Fernando, in Grande, and so forth. So one of the things that we say that, when you look at the map, it shows that the UNC did better than the PLM in San Fernando. Yes, but that's because NTA voters who previously COP voters voted for the UNC candidate. And vice versa. Don't get fooled with this nonsense. NTA has about 17,000 votes. Some of those votes were UNC supporters who voted for the NTA candidate. That's how it works. That's how the alliance works. So when people speak about arrogance and ego and the third party, let me tell you, the final point before you could open the phone lines. The UNC is a very powerful party. I have the whole of respect for the UNC. In fact, the UNC may have more support than the PLM, but because of the deliberate of the vote for constituencies, especially marginals, the PLM is doing good work in the last 9 years in voter filing enough massive apartments to get the PLM voters in high-end PM constituencies to come into those marginal areas. The probable affiliation may have with persons in the EDC that can assist in rigging the system. That is what has caused the problem. So the UNC may have more voters, but because most of them can be in central and south, they don't have that type of support in the corridor, which is why, and this is not in any way to discredit the UNC, which is why for the last 36 years that the UNC has been formed, they have not been able to win any election on their own in a 3-4 race. That is not to discredit the UNC, because had there been proportional representation, the UNC would probably be beating the PLM every single time in an election. But it was first past the post, and to the first past the post, regardless of how bad people like those third parties, the ONR in 1981 had 91,000. They did not get a seat, but it caused the PLM to win by a larger margin. In 1991, the NAR got 127,000 votes, inclusive of somebody called Kamala Prasad. So she understands the dynamic. She went up against the UNC in 1991. It caused the PLM to get back government after losing 33 with an alliance. Then again, in 2007, it was the same thing. When that alliance takes place, automatically the PLM wins. So the perception of me of somebody saying UNC could never win alone, I'm not saying that. But are we going to risk and take the chance? And the sad thing is, when you get some of these scholars out of bitterness and hatred and ignorance, not even understanding the politics and the facts. They want, they make a demand, they want things. There's a little 60 million in Rima speaking on behalf of a senior ranking person in the UNC, who's the only person who does not want this alliance. Taking that Gary demand to say, I have never made any demand, I have never made any request, I have written officially to the political leader of the UNC, I have written officially to the chairman of the UNC, I have written officially to the general secretary of the UNC. There has not been any response. So when people are trying to point fingers at us, attack us, discredit us, the way you demonize us, they're not helping the cause, So questioning my capability and my success and my track record and my popularity. By doing that, what happens? So all of these people who are making all these negative comments, what they'll tell you, when a husband and wife have a little tiff, and all they want to jump inside here, to attack one side because they love the other, when they get together, you'll work like fool. So the point being, get the facts, and then it will work. And an alliance will always defeat the PLM. Anytime there's a 3-horse race, the PLM will succeed.
All right. All right, we're going to open up the lines there. You heard Mr. Griffith loud and clear. He has said his case, letting it be known that he has the utmost respect for the UNC. The UNC is a powerful and political entity. And of course, he's letting you know why it's necessary, why it should be amalgamation, alliance, as the case may be, going into the next general elections here in Trinidad and Tobago. And you give the folks the number. Here it is. There's no more shoo-shooing, no more hiding. State your case. Gary, you got to take it down. Gary, you got to take it easy. Gary, what do you say to people who say, listen, we are a part of this institution. We are a part of the Rising Sun, members, children of the Rising Sun. And we don't take lightly that you're attacking one of our deputy political leaders. You must understand that people are going to push back regardless of how you feel about someone. We do not like the fact that our deputy political leader is being mentioned in such a manner. Now, Ellie, what's your take on that?
Sure, well, definitely. But one of our favorites, the reason why he joined the army, one of our favorites was Rambo. And Rambo, his main line in the first Rambo was, I didn't draw first blood, he did. And I am a soldier. I was trained in the best military academy in the world. When people try to question, how do you expect to be in politics? 31 of the 45 U.S. presidents had military service. We understand tactics, we understand arts of war, we understand strategy. You can't be... I asked the country, all the UNC supporters, show me when it is that I made any negative comments before we were attacked. It was because somebody went up and started saying, how much votes you have? Who are you? What you bring to the table? You want to come and use us? Remember that? That is where I went. And I didn't go attack the political leader. I went after the person who has continued to say to everyone that the UNC must go alone. And my take on it is, why would you do that? Now, it is not my business whether Julian John was one of the most powerful person under the PLM administration pre-2010. That is not my business. But for you to understand the politics, and in that meeting I had with Carla Prasad, that's the first thing she said. We don't need you, we could go alone. And I told her that's the case, okay, have a nice day. And then Kamala put out this understanding the dynamics of politics, being a previous member of the NAR, said Gary, no less so. And Kamala made the decision that we will form the alliance. And the alliance was formed not like what happened in the past when the UNC will give out seats and all that. And I said, I want to be the Kamakati, give me the 31 hardest seats to prove our words, which is what we did. By us cutting, as I said, I will double down. We cut 30 to 70% in areas that PNM would have won before. Massive inroads in hard areas that the people don't feel like they even see. So that was, and then I made the statement. Then after the Friday, the Monday before the local government election, I leave Drilling John alone. I was drinking water, minding my business. I never said a word about Drilling John for several months. So obviously, you cannot expect. You look at this, this reminds me of political domestic violence. The man beating the wife. And then when the wife goes to the station, the police officer tells the wife, well, why didn't you cook for him? Why do you want to fix the business? You're making a statement, attack us. And as a political leader, you're supposed to shut up. And if I respond, then I become the problem. And then again, when you understand the dynamics of the politics, because of that frozen vote is what caused Maruga and India vote. It was a tie because we are getting out of 300 supporters who left PNM to vote for the UNC candidate. No alliance. Drilling John was the campaign manager. From a tie, you'll not end up losing like 600 votes in an area of 4,500. So still there was a religious period. So what the religious people in the Muslim faith who supported the UNC or the PNM company is 4,500 votes. That's the power of that British constituency. And that means not in any way, again, this is no to disrespect the UNC, but even Kamala Prasad said to the NAR, there will already be that hundreds or 150,000 people that do not want the PNM, they are frustrated with the PNM, they want the PNM out, but they just hate the UNC. It happens. Whether you want to bad talk us or attack us, that is your business, you know. But if that is reality, whether it is that they don't like either party. So what happens is when it's a two-horse race, the majority of those people, they will either go back to the PNM or not vote. If there's a third party, that third party will embrace those British constituency votes. And if there's an alliance, they will say, right, I will vote for the UNC candidate in Pune, in San Fernando West or whatever. That is what happened in 1986. That's what happened in 2010. So for people to say, oh, Gary attacking Drilling John, remember, let us go back. I have listened to some of the callers, and it is a lie. The only time when I have, so you can't attack a political leader. And then,
the talk is again because we want to be fair. That is the deputy political leader of the UNC, and we're talking about accommodation. And in any right-thinking person's mind, you coming across in a way of attacking a deputy political leader, but yet still looking for an accommodation or partnership or...
No, I am looking for anything. I am looking for anything, and that is the problem. There is this perception that the third party will be looking for something, we looking for a handout. We're not looking for anything. This is mutual respect. And there's two words I would like you all to listen to. It's something called mutual respect. So they go on the platform. Who's lawyer? What are they bringing to the table? Coach, what's lawyer? Who put you there? And I will say nothing. They then go on the platform again. Leave Johnny John. And I will say nothing. They then go on the platform again. You're the biggest failure as a commissioner, and the whole country laughing at you. But I am the problem. Or you come now, man. Be serious. Understand what is happening. So you will say the thing on the platform, and when I respond, then it becomes a problem. And again, it is almost the whole matter. Every member of parliament has said, point blank, we need an alliance to work. If one person alone is insisting that we go alone, that the UNC goes alone, it is my right to say that, listen, there's one person that is affecting the alliance. And so one person is affecting the outcome of an election. I must say quiet. I need saying quiet is what is caused this problem because you have one person.
Let me ask something quick. So, just for clarity, so you are saying that the political leader, Honorable Drilling John, is the person that don't want an alliance? Because she never come across to me like that. She really never come across like that. She come across to me as a person that wants unity. So I want to make that clear. So,
let me just echo those sentiment. Gary, she comes across to me as a person who wants to win, who is strategizing to win, who is putting things in order to win. And that's what really and truly matters. Now, at that point, whatever was said, no, it's very unfortunate, really and truly, very unfortunate. But I think that was an opening to show some level of humility and say, listen, I'm not attacking your DPL. I want to get behind closed doors. I want to give Julian a call. If he started off on the wrong foot, I humbly apologize. But we cannot miss the trees, all right, past the forest. I mean, we have to see the trees beyond the forest. We have to. And the big picture here and the big objective is we all agree on one thing wholly and solely, completely, and that is the PLM has failed this country. All of us agree on it. Whether small, big, however group you have, party you have, institution you have, the PLM has failed this country. Total failure. We agree on that. Full stop. From there, everything else seems to be based on personality and emotions. Who say what? Who say this? We want to win, Gary. We want to win, people, because we want to live better. That's the bottom line. We want to live better.
If you say you want to win, if you say you want to win, when it says that it works with the alliance in the local government election, it's only mad people that if something works to change it, you know. We have never said we broke off from the alliance. We have never attacked the UNC. We have never attacked the political leader. So you're saying that you want to win. So justify why it is that the political leader went into the platform in March. Who's all here? What are they bringing to the table? How much votes all they have? They want to use us. And there was nothing that I did or said before that to justify that comment. But you want to win. You then go on the Monday before by-election to say, leave Julie John alone, when I said nothing about Julie John, but you want to win. I was your biggest ally. I went hand in hand with you. We look like a carrot bottle in blue and yellow. It worked. You got 60,000 more votes than EPNM. And then you jump up. He's the biggest failure, but you want to win. Come down, Mikey. Understand, I have not said anything. So the perception that people are saying, I have not. But if it is I, you call somebody a failure when 8 months ago you say he's the greatest commissioner in the world. I'm supposed to stay quiet? Come down, man. Because the same way, let me tell you, those comments are going to come back and haunt us when the alliance takes place. Because it must take place. But because the PNM are packaging, I know PNM big boys, they're laughing at what Gary we have here. Every single time they attack, we save it. So when it is their alliance, people know the biggest problem is crime. And people, the majority of the country believe that Gary Griffith is the one person who make them feel safe. So we go hand in hand again in an alliance, and they say, well, look, Gary is going to make you safe. The PNM already have the thing, but look, you say he was a failure. We have made it unforced errors, that's my point. And these speeches that I said being drafted, it's not coming from the words of Kamala Prasad Sir. I was in the meeting with Kamala Prasad Sir. Julie John said point blank, we can't go alone, we don't need anybody. Rudy Murila came into the meeting and said, I beg to differ. So, and Julie, she has a right, she has her view. My point being is that for 36 years, the UNC has never won alone in a 3-horse race. And they might very well win, I don't say that the DNC and the ODNC are level, you know. But why take the chance? This is the most incompetent government ever. I have said I've done nothing to attack the UNC. I have written officially. I have stated that the alliance was still on. But the more I continue to do that, let me tell you, the third-party voters are very sensitive people. They are the 9.4, they are the small businessmen, the middle-income person, the people in the corridor, the non-PNM UNC till they're dead. The more that they get that type of disrespect, the more they say, Gary, you see that? It means that they haven't changed from the arbitrary to the COP in 2010 to 2015. And we will not get those voters. So all I'm telling, so the callers and everybody who getting erratic and ranting, no, because the more comments you make, the more you get the same third-party voters who are disrespected to turn and go back to the PNM. That is not what we want.
All right. Let's open up the lines there. Andy, I'm sure the folks who want to get on the inside, those who have the numbers, give them the numbers one more time, folks, and let's get them on the inside. NTA political leader Gary Griffith is here with us in a GR Morning Prime. Again, good morning to the Guile family across the region, and he is laying his case that there must be some accommodation, there must be an alliance. What say you on the outside?
Yes, and he's also the former Commissioner of Police of Trinidad and Tobago, for those of you who look on to us and Guile, the Caribbean.
I would like to get from Gary, what is the way forward? If it is that it is clearly the consensus, I think it is something, it is a given. What is the way forward, in your view,
that's not enough. I don't know if we have any.
Forward?
I don't know if we have any calls. Yes. I know people might be waiting. We have any calls?
No, go ahead. But I'm just laying that there. If there are calls, of course, we will take the calls. That is priority. But I'm merely putting that on the table for him to ideate upon.
Right, a little bit, right. And I have to do what was due as the ground report So again, welcome each and everyone that are locked on to us on Real Media TT, the Guy of the Caribbean. We do go a half an hour to an hour after. You can get us the continuation of the program from on Real Media TT on Facebook, Real Media TT on YouTube. You can get us there after the 9 o'clock hour we are cut on Guy of the channel. And for those of you who don't know who I am Andy Williams, better known as the Pitbull of Radio. In the lower corner there you see Michael K, better known as Mikey K in the pink there. And to the top corner there, LENNOX Smith, better known as the big word man, right here on the Ground Report. And it's things like this is what makes us number one.
Lines are open.
Yes, yes. One more reminder. This is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago having nothing good to say about this program, the Ground Report, because of this. This one is about this. So welcome, and let me introduce you all to the Ground Report by the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago himself.
I was going to the Oval one evening, and I stopped as it was drizzling, and a radio station was on. And on that radio station, which was my favorite station, but it was on in the big closet, a most vulgar and outrageous radio program was on the airwaves, called the Ground Report. You remember that? In that report, it was the nastiest, dirty, as a matter of fact, what caught my attention was how filthy the program was on our airwaves. And I was asking myself, how could this be permitted on the airwaves of Trinidad and Tobago, election or no election? And it was all about me, and my father, and my mother, and this, and I had raped this, and I had done that, and the Ground Report. They don't know what the plan is. The plan is to put an end to this.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and LENNOX Smith.
Nice, the lines are open. I'm going to give you the numbers so that you can call 225-6644. All that the 366 is occupied with Captain Gary Griffith, former Commissioner of Police and NTA leader. So the numbers to call 225-6644. 225-6644 or 239-5120, 239-5120. We make way to the landline at this point in time. The next WhatsApp line, those lines are occupied by Gary Griffith at this point in time. So the lines are open.
Lines are open, the lines are open.
Well, in the meantime, Gary, could you respond?
Someone said.
Let me see, I will answer a call, right? But Mr. Griffith, you'll still be there. Morning call.
Good morning, Andy, LENNOX, Mikey, you be to everybody out here. And good morning to Mr. Gary Griffith.
Good morning.
Now, Gary, I heard that you are saying that when I turn back, I heard that part.
Mr. Sandus, pause the question. No, pause it because technical reason, pause here because I take that call. So you can just pause the question and then you will answer after. I'll go back to him. So pause here.
No, okay. It's not like a question, right? Okay, I'll try. Why is he being so disrespectful to Jerry John? He talked about drawing first blood. He was the one that drew first blood. When he went on Mikey's program, whatever happened behind closed doors, he went on Mikey's program and was disrespecting the woman and on every other program. Why does he continue to do that and then play like he didn't do anything? Just this week and last week, you're on other people's chat, you're calling Mrs. Sat unstable, you're calling her Grey Goose, and you want to be in an alliance with these people? How that working out? That is not going to work out. And then you come in with a pity party. No, Gary, you have to pat yourself down because let me tell you something. You are sounding just like Keith Rowley with all your insults. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Oh boy. Next caller, pleasant good morning to you. Make it short and sweet. Right, Mr. Griffith will be able to answer back. No. Oh boy.
Do you have him? Do you have him on, Andy?
Yeah, well, he's supposed to be on here still now.
Be sure you know.
But next caller, go ahead. Go ahead by the time.
Go ahead.
Some you have stated that the UNC were paying criminals to destabilize the country. Do you still stand up that view?
Here what I'll do, Mr. Griffith, do me a favor, because real people call them, most of the people, remember, it's plenty poor people, it have people from foreign and all kind of thing want to call. So we will need this 366 line available now. Right? Could you call me on one of these landlines, please? Could you call me on the...
Give me the number. Give me the number and send it in.
Yeah. Call me on the 239-5120. 239-5120. Yeah. Give him that number, please. Morning caller.
Hi, Andy, it's me again.
Right. It's not that sweet, right? Because I want to get back down to this line.
Yes, darling. But again, I don't know what I have to say, but Mr. Person, it's a serious business. And you know what I am, after listening to what I am based on what Gary Griffith said a while ago on the program, right? I think what we will have to do, we will have to turn the page. Turn the page. Let us fix it. This is we will take an election coming up here. And as Mikey said, we have to win. So let us get together as true Trinidad and Tobago people and work together and fix this thing. Let us remove all the hate, all the things. Let us turn the page, get together, fix this thing, because you know what? We want a better Trinidad and Tobago. You understand? So let us work as usual, and people, let us unite. Let us unite with love and with God in everything, and we have to, when we cannot take Kizrawi and the PNM for the next 5 years. Keep that in mind and let us unite. Blessings.
Nice. To be fair, let me just make sure we get back Gary Griffith first, because you have to be able to answer this. Morning caller.
Yeah, morning.
Nah, let me just get Mr. Griffith.
He's trying to get through that number, Andy.
No. Let him call the all right. Go ahead. Mr. Griffith. We're not going to make him go. Well, let's just give us one.
He's going to go.
Morning, is this Mr. Griffith?
Yeah,
All right.
Nice. Mr. Griffith.
Yeah, so but again, we're not so what was stated. How does this work? It is just requires mutual respect. The comment that we keep hearing, because let me tell you, the same Julie John, when the decision was made, that we will form an alliance, this is the same Julie John that gave me the utmost respect. So this is people have different opinions. If Julie John believes that UNC could win alone, there may be some others that believe so. There are some others who will insist on an alliance. And there are people using this word trust. Let me tell you about trust. There has been no one who has shown more loyalty to Kamala Prasad than Gary Griffith. When I was removed as Minister of National Security for no reason, I still went there to assist in 2015 Puerto Rico as Prime Minister. That is trust and loyalty. When I was when I was Commissioner of Police, she abstained from voting for me as Commissioner, and I did not turn her. That is trust and loyalty. Just when I was the Commissioner, that there were two investigations on her, illegal and classified substance, and she was cleared by myself, not because of friendship, but because of the facts and the evidence, because I did my job based on my oath in office. That is trust and loyalty. When she still went and voted for Earl Christopher as Commissioner and not me, I still didn't turn her. That is trust and loyalty. When it is that a senator in her own government, her own opposition, went to take me to court to have me removed as acting commissioner because the president refused to adhere to the law because she was incompetent, I still didn't say anything. That is trust and loyalty. So when it is that people speaking about trust and loyalty, and then above all, when you have a government putting virtual pressure on the police service to target political opponents in investigations, and I refuse to pursue any investigation unless there is proper evidence to make sure that people will not be arrested based on political persecution. You can't get more trust and loyalty than that. So anybody who wants to talk about trust and loyalty, you could never fit in my shoes when it comes to the trust and loyalty of Gary Griffith, Kamala Prasad, etc. So that's the way I find smoking.
Nice. Hold 1 minute.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
We must make government work for the people rather than have the people work to keep a government in place.
You must develop a sense of self-reliance. You must develop a sense of confidence. And you must know and remember that parliamentarians are your servants and that you are the lords of the land. And so I ask you to put your hand on your heart, every one of you, and shout after me, I am the government.
I am the government.
Louder, I am the government.
You are the government.
I am the government.
We are the government. And the lines are open, and please make it short and sweet. So yes, you WhatsAppers can call too. You foreigners and all of you can call too. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, caller. The lines are open. You all can call the 225-6644, 225-6644, or you can also call, you can WhatsApp us at 366-3053, 366-3053. The lines are open. Morning caller. We're calling from
Morning. Andy, morning, and Gary Griffith.
Morning.
Good morning.
Now, I just have a quick comment. I feel Gary Griffith asking for it, and it seems like all US people don't understand that. The man asking for respect, and I feel that he deserves respect. That is all I have to say.
Thank you very much. Thank you for making it very short and sweet. Let's go again. All it very short and sweet. What says the law? Morning caller. Short and sweet. Morning caller. Where are you calling from?
Mr. Boy. Good morning to you, Adike. Good morning to you, Smith.
30 seconds.
Good morning to... Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. You have about 30 seconds to give your contribution.
I can't speak in 30 seconds. 8 minutes, 1 minute. 8 minutes before I talk.
All right, 1 minute. Go ahead.
So, I'm still going here, and I mean, the is on. So, one point, people listening say, so I know it's happening to my ship this morning because the former commissioner and former advisor to the prime minister and some of them, I want to say this, you see all these calls on them who call in, they remind not PLM supporters. They remind not PLM fanatics. The people will lead Kamala back into opposition. Because fact is there, we cannot go alone. Why come this morning to attack Gary Griffith? Why come this morning? This is not about Gary. This is about country, this is about beating PLM. The problem is that Gary Griffith is I'm not saying those things too. I'm going to hostile. So to fucking united, fucking going together, one party. I mean, Gary Griffith, the MTA, the UNC, and all NRP party. As I said before, as I leave, I want to say it here again. And the Kamala tell Gary Griffith to make a numbers, to make a base. I want to ask Roger, to store us as numbers and source people. If you don't have music, yesterday, Roger's more dangerous. Roger's more dangerous to go into this election because Roger have no supporters. He have no base. So I would ask her, the same way I asked Gary Griffith, show me a base, I'm going to ask the tell who to show me a base. I don't think I'm going to be a senator, you know.
All right.
Let me just you'll answer after. Let me just take all those calls, as Mikey said, let's just take all those calls and I'm going to call us, make it short and sweet as possible. What's your thoughts? Morning caller.
Ali?
Yes, short and sweet. What's your thoughts? Mr. Griffith is saying he's not attacking the UNC. He's saying that's what he's technically saying. Where many people are saying, well, that type of behavior, how do you expect to be coughing up somebody, slapping up somebody, beating up somebody, and expect them to hug you up? And it makes no sense. They say that he's intelligent enough to understand that at least. You know what? Go ahead, Paul, short and sweet.
Yeah, Ali. I have to say, no, Mr. Gary Griffith hasn't responded to was saying, why is he calling this camera? Why is he calling the camera for somebody that's a Grey Goose and the other name? But he not responding to that at all. He not responding to Julian John. Julian John is not the leader of UNC. Anybody else can say what they want. Deal with the leader, because Kamala is dealing with the leader of his party. Kamala is dealing with anybody who close to him or who is second in command in the NDA. She dealing with him. Deal with Kamala. I don't care who say what from the UNC, deal with Kamala. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next caller, morning caller, calling from. What's your contribution on the going for this morning?
Ali, good morning to you. Mr. Gary Griffith, and good morning to you. I want to ask you two questions, Gary Griffith. Why you didn't look up your week for email and other things, and why you look up a warrior insurance for the gun? I want you to answer that honestly. Thank you very much, Andy.
Thank you very much. Next caller, morning caller, where you calling from, and what's your contribution on the going for this morning?
Andy, I want to talk to Gary Griffith, I want to talk to the caller also. Calling right? And Gary was on UNC was. Gary was, you know, Gary studied representatives, UNC studied representatives, we need to program us. And Gary did say, to you two also, so with all due respect, if the both sides, UNC and NJ, don't realize the bigger picture, that the people suffer if your fight is for ourselves for it. Please, let me come together because the problem is not Gary Griffith, I'm not camera, I'm not jury. It's PNM, I'm here to remove them. Enjoy the morning.
Wow. Oh, gosh. Mr. Griffith,
He's trying to call back. Gary, call back that number now and give him the opportunity to reply. So, call back now, Gary.
He can tell me, he's here. Mr. Griffith, let's start with the call.
Okay.
Yeah, let the people ask him what.
Just keep him on. Make sure he doesn't cut off, please. Go ahead.
Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you.
Morning to you. Morning to Gary Griffith. Mr. Gary Griffith. Mr. Gary Griffith, I think it's kind of right for you to, put everyone to behind you and about the Chinese country and try to come together for the betterness of the country. Take care.
Thank you very much, caller.
And gentlemen, I agree with all 100%. There has been no animosity. I have never had, ever since the local government, everything went according to plan. I said nothing, I did nothing. Understand that? Why is it that people, another issue happens here. Somebody swing at you, and when you respond, they will go already to calm it down. Let me tell you, however, gentlemen, and to listeners, I will advise you, however, you need to be very careful not to bring in Trojan horses, because there are third parties that are working on behalf of the PNM. There are individuals who have flip-flopped from one to the other constantly, right? And understand some of them, and when I have information that will come out eventually, there's a deliberate intention like some to come into the bowels of the UNC, pretend that I love you, and then just before general election come out and start making all type of accusations to cause those scrutin voters to turn away this gun. I strongly advise on that, and encourage the Julie John for that. She is very cognizant of the fact that I need to be careful that you're not coming in here to cause problem and push you or acting as a Trojan horse. So we need to be very careful. As it pertains to Gary Griffith, nobody has proven to be more loyal than myself. As I said, in 2006, I was in the UNC National Executive. None of the other MPs, other than Kamala Prasad Sester, were more UNC than me then. I actually defeated Bajio Khande's fate in 2006. Only myself, Manohar Ramcharan, and Sadi Bash. One got into that contest. It was 12-3. So understand where I came from, but understand also that if you don't have a same party and there's not representation for that 100,000, they would most times go back to the PNM or not vote. the third party has always assisted the UNC in getting into government. So the point that one party has got 188 votes, 188 in Tunapuna, and that was in 1961 and 2000, 1880, and you lost a whole government because one man had a party so small that got 188 votes in Tunapuna. And I could assure you it is much more than that because the polls were conducted before local government, and exactly as the polls had, the UNC added with the NTA got much more than the PNM.
Nice. 1 minute. So chance to the lines open. There's 2 lines you can call. Well, 3 ways. We have to call us via WhatsApp at 366-3053. 366-3053. You can also leave your comments on WhatsApp because we will be going today till about 9:30 or 10 o'clock based on because we need to get your WhatsApp something out to your voice need to be heard. Right, and you can call us on the 225-6644, 225-6644. So just 2 numbers you can call us on. 225-6644 or 366-3053. Leave your WhatsApp voice notes that will be played right here on the Ground Report and live on Dial the Caribbean. Go ahead, caller. Oh boy, boy, boy.
Go ahead, caller.
Oh boy. Go ahead, caller. All right, why the lines are real easy. Go ahead, Mikey. Go ahead.
I know Lennox had stated something, Gary, and he said that, you know, if this is all worked out and what have you, the situation for an alliance moving forward. Is that correct, Lennox?
Yes, that is a correct interpretation of my concerns. If it is that this is just a fluff and really hot air, how does he see moving forward to the inevitable alliance as he has described?
Nice. Hold 1 minute. Well, hold 1 minute. We'll answer that in a bit. More the caller. We're calling from so and make it short and sweet.
I'm going to call. I have a question for Gary. When Gary wants to.
Where are you calling from?
New York.
All right, go ahead, New York.
All right, question for Gary. When he was the commissioner of police, there was a murder that happened in the country, Akil Chambers. What happened to the DNA evidence in that case, and how do we trust your integrity leading us forward? That's my question.
Thank you very much.
That's probably one of the first Akil Chambers matter took place about 25,000 years before I was commissioner. So I don't know where I come up with that stupidness. So every single time there's an incident or a matter, and if it is that evidence was that there's not proper evidence to arrest somebody, that questions my integrity. I think go back in Rochelle where it came from because that is probably the dumbest question I've ever heard in the history of questions. And that has absolutely nothing to do. So we are trying to deal with an alliance. You come in with Akil Chambers that took place 25,000 years ago to try to blame me for it because I was the commissioner. Come on, man. Stop getting those issues in Europe, please. The thing is going back to Lennox Smith. Lennox Smith, to explain how it works, is 2 things. Communication and respect. That's all. 2 simple words. Because the communication, as I said, I wrote officially to the political leaders, the chairman and the general secretary of the UNC several months ago. Let us meet, let us discuss. Communication is what stops wars. Communication is what unites people. What I do not want is what happened with Napoleon. Napoleon was told by his lieutenant, you are the most powerful thing on the planet. You could beat everybody on the same day. So he set up in a place called Waterloo, he said, I want to fight Great Britain, I want to fight Austria, I want to fight Prussia, I want to fight Russia. When you try to utilize your resources fighting all sort of enemies because you feel like you're invincible, that is what the PNM loves that. All I'm saying is a little bit of communication, dialogue and respect, and this will work. The good thing about it, Trinidad and Tobago, is this is not what happened pre-2010. COP and UNC just jumped in bed, it was a marriage of convenience, and there was no team men. This is what is required. The dialogue, however, should be behind closed doors, not going on a platform saying who are you, what you bring to the table, and then NTA people in return saying UNC already this, that, and the other. It is untidy. What I would recommend, we need to calm down, If you have any concerns about either side, you say it in closed doors. When you go on our platform, leave your journal and the words, they can say, as Commissioner, that is not helping. So when you are attacking me, understand who is drawing first blood. It is not required because these are the same things that are going to come back. People are going to use it in their advertising campaign. If I decide to attack Kamala publicly and say things about her, because she's not perfect, and I say that, if people are going to use it, and they're going to use the same thing she's saying against me right now. So whilst we are having our teaching problem, let us deal with it behind closed doors. Attacking each other in public serves no purpose. It helps the PNM.
Yeah, and let me add something. As you said that. Yeah, but just only, well, some people watch it as an outburst, whereby a caller from New York called there, and then one time you reel him down, and all they go. And I just gave you a perfect picture, Mr. Gary Griffith, on the things that some of the people getting turned off of when they're coming to you. Because they're saying, well, the same way you do that call there is the same way you want to operate when they're coming to the UNC, and then expect to be embraced and hugged up and where they go. Yeah.
If you can name one, eat this one. So you're lying. But tell them that they're to the UNC. You're a liar. And I will call it. So people don't like that. You know what people don't like? I give facts. I give data. You just made an accusation. Name one time I did. If you can't, then you're a liar. So don't make accusations unless you commit facts. Tell me one time I ever made any public statement to openly attack the UNC. Don't lie. Because I know it's a UNC station. But let's be honest. It's the same thing you want to continue to do. You want to continue, do not mislead people because you're supporting the UNC. I have never done that. In fact, I am the only political leader that was such a body that walked all through the length and breadth of this country with UNC candidates to help UNC win. I will tell people.
Gary, if I may help my colleague, I think he was referring to the fact that whether or not it was justifiable for you to respond to that caller, so that's a very recent one that is in no memory. Was it justifiable for you to respond in that way? I mean, it was belligerent, it was aggressive, and it was, in many people's view, uncalled for.
You see, you keep saying many people, but it was 79% of the country like that style. Because what you know, Gary, is honesty. If you don't get, even if you want to come on me and you want to challenge me, you better come good.
For me to allow that is for people to get to know, well, that side of you, and for them to try to understand that side of you. I didn't like it. That many people don't. LENNOX Smith, the way we talking in the diplomacy and all those things, don't like it. And obviously, hierarchies within the UNC don't like that style. Maybe the rest of Trinidad and Tobago in their numbers. I don't know what that's
Go ahead, Mr. Griffith, go ahead.
On a regular basis against the PNM. So people will say things about the UNC, and the UNC will use that David Hackett, and they're almost every morning. You say go like that, that is what UNC style do like. That is the DNA of the UNC. What nonsense is so okay? And that is what builds the UNC, because you have hard hitters, people, you have all people, you're contradicting yourself. That is what builds the people love leaders who have the strength to say, hey, you're talking dotishness. And if you don't like it, well, it's tough. You tell me many people, and again I go back to my 79% national support. And I was as commissioner, fair enough. I wouldn't have that as a politician, because many of those would have been PNM and UNC. But to say what many people don't like it, they like those diplomacy. What nonsense are you talking about? People believe in, why think that even Donald Trump, as weird as he is, you know, it's strange enough half of the United States support him, because what they see is what they get. And the same way people say, oh, look how people support Keith Rowley. And Kamala Prasad does it as well. Every time she speaks, she has to insist that she's strong and she's not weak. That is what leadership is about now in the 21st century. The days of you being like, well, I'm going to sit down and sing Kumbaya. That is why Winston Buchanan was not able to get more votes than the UNC, because Basil Pandey was like that. That is what soldiers are. You fight and you stand firm. And if you talk nonsense, I'm going to put you in your place and move at close.
No, in all honesty, I personally have no problem with that, because to me, we have gone past that. Had it been the question posed to me in that capacity, I too would have, because you're telling me about Akil Chambers. The person who killed Akil Chambers, when invaders having the thing on the avenue, the lime and what have you, that person is there. I mean, karma is a hell of a thing. That person's family came out of a car on the highway and was knocked down, completely dead. And you talk about it being a former PNM government, that is nonsense. That person will be right there on the avenue, not the avenue, on Travis Road, when invaders happen to thing. That doesn't do with Gary Griffith. Nothing to do. Everybody open and kill chambers on. No, I do that last show. But where we are right now is the fact that everybody who is weighing in wants to win. Everybody who is weighing in simply wants to make sure that we leave nothing for chance going into this. So we all agree, is the PNM. Everything rooted to our social ills is that of the PNM. My thing is, and Gary understands that as a soldier, if you touch one, you touch all. The Marine has a saying, nobody goes home unless we all go home. Ms. John is the deputy political leader. That's the bottom line. If you attack her, it is my duty as a UNC member, as a child of the UNC, to stand up and defend the rising sun. I hope you understand that. If anybody was to attack the NTA, okay, hold on. Has anybody attacked the NTA today, or any member of the NTA? Gary Griffith has a right to stand up and defend that. The NTA has a right to stand up and defend itself. So if you attack the deputy political leader, we have a right to stand up and say, whoa, match breaks, take it easy. Go ahead.
I agree with 100%. That being said, then you are justifying that when Carlos Prasad said, so when the platform in March, say, who are you? How much votes do you have? Or, you are trying to say that every single member of the NTA should attack Carlos with full force, correct? Because you don't say you can't be half pregnant. So when Kamala attacked me with full force, you are justifying that every single supporter of the NTA, everybody who's not a PNM or UNC voter, should be attacking Kamala today. Are you agreeing? Because you just talk soldier, you just talk in the touch one, touch all. So when Kamala attacked me just 2 weeks ago, I said I was the biggest failure. Every single person who was a previous COP member who's now a member of the NTA is justified to attack Kamala. Correct or not? Am I correct? Because based on your data saying you can't be half pregnant. You defended your religion, but when it is she attacked me, you're trying to say that all of us should be attacking Kamala, correct? So it's justified.
No, but mind you, you are only telling me that this attack came in a private domain. I wasn't privy to that. That wasn't in the public domain. If that was a private meeting that took place, and it was told to you that UNC could do it alone, now right there and then you should have dealt with that. Make a reassessment, re-strategize, and deal with it then.
What you're saying is that me attacking you in public justifies you all attacking me. Because what you're talking about is all. Based on that,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that.
No, but if the public antagonism is par for the course, let me just interject here. If the public recriminations are par from the course, again, how does that provide opportunities or a salubrious environment for discussion based on the unity that is an imperative in moving forward in order to be victorious against the PNM? And I have not gotten the kind of answer that I would be looking for in terms of compromise, in terms of how, yes, saying that respect and so on, but who takes the initiative? How would it be configured in order to achieve this ultimate objective, which is an imperative? Gary?
Right, exactly. But again, it goes to mutual respect. I'll keep using that concept of you cannot be half pregnant. Mikey is stating that if I made any public statement of dream under the Marines and this and because everybody is a little more soldier than Gary Griffith, they love to use all kind of different things about soldiering. So he said the Marines, you touch one, you touch all. So based on that same premise, I never drew first blood. Remember that up until March.
Yeah, but how do we move from there, Gary? How do we move from there and achieve the objective? That's all I'm asking. It can't be just respect. There must be some practical building block, some synergy.
Go ahead, Gary. Listen, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just a matter of listen, what happened in the past should have happened. Whether it was Dukaran and Padi had the issues, they understood the importance, they bridged the gap, And that's where to the Kamla and Luca and working to form a proper alliance based on mutual respect. Then likewise, it happened with when Robinson and Pandey had an issue. Pandey worked with Robinson to form the NAR that annihilated the PNM. But you cut 3 times before the cock crowed, I said nothing, we'll be drinking water, minding our business. You went on a platform in March and attacked us with full force, say, who are we, what we bring to the table. And that speech was not drafted by Kamla, he never attacked. So Kamla attacks me, it's okay in public. But if I attack Jerry, it becomes a problem. Are you serious? Are you really thinking about what you're saying?
All right, listen, Gary, it may not add up, I understand what you're saying, but you got the feedback this morning where it seems that the people basically want something, they're not leaving anything to chance. So I hope that this information that you have gathered here from the feedback, some you may or may not agree with, would now bring about a different strategy and a different way of getting the lines of communication open. I mean, people want change. People want change.
We're not saying anything negative. We are not attacking UNC. Did I go on a platform and say she was the worst Canada's National Security Council because there were 2,500 bullets on her? She went on a platform and said I was a failure. You can't be serious. This has been the problem. Listen, the NTA, we have our issues, we have our problem. This has been the biggest problem with UNC. You see what you're saying? She has been openly attacking me. She went on a thing, somebody, whether it's keep on case or somebody, did misled her with lies to say 1,900 bullets under Gary Griffith, when it was 1,300. Then they lied to her and misled her for to say, well, the reason why they had low bullets under Gary was because of COVID. I showed Jamaica and Guyana, COVID, bullets and homicide, crime went up during that period. Crime went down in Boston, New York, Detroit, LA after COVID. Same with Jamaica and Guyana. But she puts in an exact. The one thing Kamla and Rowley gets, they have a familiarity, is to attack Gary Griffith. But why you're attacking me, and then when I attack Jane, then it becomes a problem. If it is you want it to work, people need to advise Kamla for Sandy Center to have nothing negative to say to us, we have nothing negative to say to you, and it will work. But you can't be attacking me, and then when I respond, then you talk about marine and you touch one and you touch one. You can't be half pregnant, pal.
All right, okay, good point taken. I just want to share some information that should, of course, many people are going to welcome here, especially you, Gary. Coming out of the news, police have held 2 suspects in connection with the robbery involving Minister of Health Terence Dial Singh, the MP, and police officers of the interagency task force went to St. Paul Street where they saw a blue Hyundai Elantra, which they believe was involved in the robbery. Police intercepted the car and held 2 male suspects. So, 2 gentlemen apparently who robbed it. Yes, go ahead.
That is not good. You know that shows? That when the average man is robbed, when his wife is kidnapped, when his son is killed, right, when his daughter is raped, you can't solve it. But you're such a minister, we will put every single aspect of our intelligence gathering apparatus to find our culprits. That is what I see here.
Gary, the minister was traumatized. He was traumatized. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't function. So the police worked night and day to bring these assailants. Come on.
He shed a tear as well. But what about the tears of all of these people who have lost their lives?
But of course, that singular detection.
On that one. Because he shared here, and so he don't understand the trauma that the people of Trinidad and Tobago are going through. And some people even go worse because he get licks, he get shoot, he get chop up, he get raped.
Gentlemen, what that says is that that singular quick response improves the detection rate of the police by miles. But let me just ask this final question from me.
Go ahead, Gary.
Gary, you appear to be a student of history as well, and I wanted to find out from you. To what extent is it that you believe that there are some who are believing that you are exaggerating, of course, your sense of contribution, I don't want to say importance, but sense of contribution. Having regard, of course, I'm being specific here now, but the fact of the matter is that in successive local government elections, in the case of Sangre Grande, it began with a tie between, of course, the PNM and the UNC, and then, of course, the UNC won that particular area outright, and then of course it came again on the last occasion. Is it that you might have been flawed in terms of your analysis as to your contribution to that victory, when in fact it was the pattern would have obviously send a message, one, and two, the results would have been so anyway.
Yeah, now the only good thing is your comrade who's next to you would have been right here when he was walking with me. And for every 5 houses, you were hearing people shaking my hand, telling me they supported the NTA, telling me that they support me, telling me that they see me as the only person that could assist in trying to make them safe again. And they were already a COP house, they don't believe in a female leader, but because we are there, they are going to vote for the UNC candidate. People was right there. I don't say all of them, but for every 5 houses they had one. That was the flip over, that 20%. So, and that was, and it was there. So, likewise with San Fernando. So, what has happened is people have given Kamala Kosari, they say, look, when it is we do the map now of San Fernando West, and you use all the votes, you add up in all the polling stations in the local government, and you compare it to the PNM, we got more votes than the PNM in San Fernando, St. Joseph, Puna, Laokita, Chalparo, and Randi. So, you could win alone because you were UNC candidates. Wrong, because it was NTA voters that voted for the UNC candidates, just like in the 31 margin of the 31 seats the NTA went up for. We knew that there were UNC voters there that voted for the NTA candidate. That is what the alliance is. It is known that the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So it's not that I was flawed, it was flawed. There was only fact. If you want to go into the poll itself, there was a from 64% in 2020, went to 50%. PNM lost from 165,000, they went to 130. 35,000 votes they lost. The UNC went to 200 and we went down to 195 odd. So people try to tell Kamala, well, look, Gary didn't bring extra votes. What they're missing is that the same way PNM would have lost 35,000, UNC would have lost the same. But the NTA coming back into the fold brought back these COP voters to ensure that the UNC, it came just about the same, and that is what caused the flip over. Because had I not done that, as I said, the PNM would put in all their resources into the Grammy. By pushing into the corridor, they had to reallocate their resources, which is military strategy. And by doing that, I had to walk the length and breadth of San Grande every Monday and Tuesday, disregarding my own candidate to make sure that the UNC will not lose San Grande. So for you to say that it may not have been thing, there's one way to say about that. Ungrateful.
And the other one, of course, is to what degree you have factored in the Indian walk by elections. The fact of the fallout within the bosom of the UNC itself and the proximity of that internal NATEX elections that might have created the margin of defeat, at least, if not that a turnaround.
Let us go ahead, but just a little shorter. Go ahead.
I'm saying in analyzing the defeat of the UNC in the Indian walk by elections, whether or not the internal elections of the UNC and its proximity to the elections would have created, of course, the margin of defeat that the UNC suffered, if not a victory all entirely.
Everything is perception. And people said, and it was comical. They said, oh, it's not like this, we lost it because it was a religious period.
Yes, so I am factoring the other side, yes, the other factor. Yeah.
Right? But Muslims don't vote for PNM. So because it was a religious period, they didn't show up for vote. Total nonsense. Then it said that the PNM for a lot of money. Listen, this was a tie. And you moved from a tie to losing by 600 votes in an area that only had 3,500 voters. That is a significant change. What would have caused? Are you trying to say that because of a local internal election caused that? And I'm not saying that the NTA, the Bureau, and NDO that caused it. But just say that there were 300 people that were PNM before, and then we got them to shift to the UNC. And then after the NTA is no longer there in the by-election, you then all of a sudden those 300 who are there, no NTA, all right, so I go back to the PNM. PNM goes up 300, UNC goes down 300. That's the 600 difference. So people say, wait, how you can move from a tie to lose by 600 in an area that only had 3,500 voters? This is not a St. Joseph or something with 20,000 voters. It was 3,500. It shows you can't disregard the fact that had the NTA been there, you wouldn't move from a tie to 600. I'm saying that if NTA was there, they would not have lost. But you have to understand the significance of the third party. Kamala understands this. She was there in the NAR. She went up against the UNC. What you all need to appreciate is the fact that these individuals, they call us knife hunters. We provided a significant, we decided the outcome of the election. We provided that support with the UNC, with your mutual respect, and the country felt that turnaround. The country felt on the feet of 1986. It worked in the local government. People was there, he walked it, he felt it. Why change something that works? All of a sudden, just out of the blue, who's all there, what you bring to the table, how much votes you have. When you do that, you say like one fourth, you say, you see that, they don't have damn thing. I am trying to fight to keep my British constituency. I can't be blind and say, oh God, I love the UNC, I'm going to vote for the UNC. When I do that, these people will walk. These people, you know, they have views. Hey, and Paula said it just now. Paula said, when these people, if the government, if PNM goes back in, they will go back in if they like, you know. And they're correct. But they are willing to get rid of the PNM. They see that as an incompetent government. They are willing to give Kamala another chance if there's a third party there with her. So all it requires is respect and the why accusations and the attacks on a platform. It is not called for. You do that, I have no disrespect for Julie John. But if you're straight at me, I'm going to.
And would you attribute the same factors? Just so, would you then attribute the same factors to the other by-election that took place on the same time? I think it's Separia, where of course the UNC ended up victorious.
But again, if you look at the by-election, you will less votes from the election in local government. And that is the point. Maruga is what places like places like Maruga, San Fernando West, St. Joseph, Puna, Talparo, many of the 9.4 people there, many of the floated voters are there. That is why that area in Maruga is a marginal seat. PNM have done their poll. I don't feel aware. This thing about, you know what, we UNC, I'm going to win this battle. They have a scientific poll and they have it as 23-18, but they're right. They ask the poll, are you going to vote PNM or UNC? They are getting back Maruga because they have pumped millions and millions to get back Maruga. In a two-horse race, it's going to be 23-18. In a two-horse race with an alliance working with UNC, it's going to be 23-18, 24-17 through the alliance. That is how the math is. Because they will always be that 15 to 20%, or even 10% if you want to call it, of the 9.4, they join with UNC, we win. If we go separately, they call it strictly vote, they call it a vote again, a vote that's not for the UNC, and a vote for the PNM, all that nonsense. So regardless of what you call it, it is going to spell success for the PNM. You form an alliance through mutual respect and communication, we win.
And that's the thing, Gary, communications, as you mentioned. If at this point in time it is communicated to you and your team that it would be best if you go and contest the Diego Martin areas and what have you, would you, of course, be open to something like that?
Well, I am not going to have open dialogue with the public. The communication must be done behind closed doors. And I can tell you, the hierarchy at the highest level told me to go up to St. Joseph. I don't want to start busting Mark here, but people get this impression that when I sit in person, as Simon O'Brien continues to like to say, Gary demanded St. Joseph. I never demanded anything, I never asked for anything. People, I don't need politics. I have proven my worth, and I have served my country well. There were 43 death threats to me and my family as Commissioner of Police. It was the highest reduction in violent crime in 17 years. The country never felt so safe. So all people want to question my worth and my capability. That is why we had the emergency response patrol, the special operational response team, the rapid response unit, the interception, the access for online reporting. There's never seen such high visibility and rapid response and deterrent. Criminals felt fearful, the country felt safe. So if they don't like me, when they don't like me or not, that's your business. The fact of the matter is that we can fix this. But we can't fix it. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but I need to ask a question. Because this is the ground report, and at the end of the day, this is the ground report. And we are not journalists like them journalists, and them going to go question Prime Minister Romney or Hines and them kind of people. You just mentioned something here, that you don't want no St. Joseph, and that you say, hey, I don't want to start a bus market. You said that it's a hierarchy. Because I know anything slip me, you said it's a high hierarchy of the UNC. It's who told you to go at the St. Joseph seat. Was I hearing you clearly here?
Clearly, so that is why I went up as the candidate, because there was communication. I was told, Gary, 3 times in the conversation, Gary, you're going to say Joseph, I said yes. You're not going to change your mind, I said yes. And remember, their conversations could be recorded as well, so I hope the person wouldn't deny and lie to the country. That is why I went up. I didn't rush in there to try to challenge the UNC or to show them up or to get one up on them. But the fact of the matter is, I have never demanded anything, I have never asked for anything. As I said, I have served my country well. The reason I got back into this is that I understand the politics. PNM versus UNC, are 2 horse race, the PNM will win again. We can't impose this country can't get PNM for 15 years. That is, so this third party will bring those frozen voters to vote for the UNC. When it is, I was told, because many people in the UNC, and again, that conversation took place the morning after the anti-crime talk in St. Joseph, when UNC people person came to me, we want you for St. Joseph, and I said, don't go down that way at all. I am not in your party. Then the contact came to me 4 o'clock in the morning, and then it came the Saturday before Carnival, 3 times I was asked. If you change your mind, it happens, people could change your mind. Well, then come and talk to me and say, Gary, we have a change in plan. But you don't change your mind by going on a platform. Who are you? What you bring to the table? How much votes you have? Who's breaking political leader? And those are the things that are not required. All I ask is communication and dialogue. Even if you want to say, well, NTA, let's form an alliance, and you are putting 2 amateurs and you're going to raise seats and we'll take the marginals. I asked if you want to work close in voter, will you really buy into it? Remember in 2010, the Congress, the people who given the agreement was for Congress people of St. Augustine, Puna, and San Fernando West. Do you actually feel that the same night for floated marginal independent voters, independent thinkers will say, right, I like the alliance, so let the NTA get all of the 12 PNM stated seats, and the UNC will take all the marginal seats. That is the UNC government. No, but again, there's dialogue that can take place. My personal view, if that happens, the floating voters will despise it. They will say, you're feeling stupid. We know what you're trying. You want a 21-seat UNC government, and they would not want that. All I'm trying to do is to show, let the UNC understand and appreciate the 9.4 voters. Their vote is as important as yours, but their vote are in the corridor. Respect them, work with them, show mutual respect, communicate with us, and we will win this election hands down.
Right. Hey Gary, before you go, I think also on behalf of the entire team, really and truly want to send out prayers, and of course I want to, I'm very, very touched by your wife's public display of courage in dealing with such a personal matter.
Yes,
I think it's an inspiration for all women who have been affected with such an illness. So again, really and truly want to say a blessed morning to you and your entire family, and again, great public display of courage. It's very inspirational, and she is in our prayers.
Well, thank you very much, and to the tens and tens of thousands of persons who have sent their best wishes, inclusive of a very senior political leader, and that should class by that individual who may not be political, who may be my political opponent. But that person to send best wishes and prayers, it shows a lot of class. However, all political leaders did the same. I'll leave it there for now.
All right, Gary, it's been a pleasure. I tell you, it's been fiery, and I mean, you state your case. Let's hear from the people on the outside. Again, do enjoy the rest of your day, and best of luck to you and your entire team. And let's get that line of communication going once it's possible.
Oh, definitely. I tell you, communicate, share and respect, we will be in government. I promise you that.
All right, thank you so much. Folks, that was the
Williams and Lennox Smith.
Nice, sir. And all the lines are open, huh?
Yep, that was the former Commissioner of Police and political leader of the National Transformation Alliance, the NTA. I'm getting something coming in here from Grenada. They say, my gosh, it is fiery. It is fiery. We know that. So we have opened up a whole new market to the ground report. So they are definitely quite amazed by what is happening. So, lines are open. Guyana, Dominica, St. Vincent, and I know some other areas, St. Kitts and what have you.
Wow.
And of course the diaspora is locked on. They've always been Guyana, the Caribbean, so they are looking at us as they look at us on GR Prime, which is 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. So folks, you're on realmediatt.com, and those of you who've come across from looking at us on Guyana TV, welcome as well. Get this link, share this link, And we will be here to serve you Monday to Friday right here on realmediatt.com from 6 a.m. and from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Guile the Caribbean.
Well, gentlemen, Gary, yeah, all right, go ahead, because Gary was... Yeah, go ahead.
So short and sweet, eh? Short. All right, I'm going to take this one call and then we'll play the first one. Go ahead, caller.
Andy, good morning again to you, Mike, here to everybody. Andy, I want to say this morning that Gary Griffith has been very disingenuous, right? Why does a Gary don't say why Kamala jumped out and tried to leave Jillian John alone? It was after about 6 times after the Mikey program that he went on other radio and television program saying that Jillian John only know about frying chicken and making coffee and she don't know anything about thing. Why must he do that for? And then they're coming on pretending that you never said anything, right? You said that Kamala never voted for you as Commissioner of Police, right? Rowley chose you from a flawed merit list. Kamala never said to take it back to the Blissy Prasad and them. He never did it, right? And he chose you over to Rajan, right? From the same flawed merit list. And you wanted her to support you, don't make it look as though she was against you. It was because of the flawed merit list. You understand? And you're saying that you never said nothing about Kamala. You always had Kamala back. Gary, that is not true. You are the one that came out and said, I'm on the 5-day work week, that you're always wrong. And up until recently, I'm going to remind you again. She's an idiot, she's stupid, and grey goose. How do you expect her to attract flies with billing? No, you cannot do that. And then everybody wants to be down micro because I say these things. I don't care. How can you be in an accommodation with somebody that you are bad talking? How can that work? That goes you, Gary. And try, Gary. Yes, try your best and stop being disingenuous. Thanks a lot.
Well, what a morning.
Gentlemen, because I think what she's saying that it has gone beyond disingenuous. I think it is pantering towards dishonest, frankly. That's what she's saying.
Go ahead, short and sweet.
Yeah, good morning again, gentlemen. I think that, well, from where I stand here now, the Santa Cruz, sort of cool it down a bit. We need to get together and get rid of this government.
Thank you very much. Next caller. Morning caller. Short and sweet. Where you calling from? Make sure that you know where you're calling from.
Yes, man. So what's up here? I listened to Gary this morning, right? And I want to know if Gary really, how much seats Gary going up for? And he going up for the full split? I think if Gary wanted unity and he wanted togetherness, I think he would have got for the full split. He would have got for the split that PNM have. And then he would bring unity to our party. But if he going for the full 41, I don't think he wants unity. He wants to be a prime minister. As far as I see it, this is how I see it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir. Next caller. Oh boy. When they make them call so that you can start the voice notes, please don't call. So come on.
But of course, we heard Gary. So Gary is saying that he's a strategist.
6644 or 239-5120. 239-5120. We're going to have some WhatsApp call. We're going to make it short and sweet. 366-3053. 366-3053. Remember, we're going over the time and we just want to accommodate and get all those things off your card as quickly as possible. Go ahead, call short and sweet.
Yeah, Andy. Morning. My tea is in the LENNOX.
Yes.
One thing.
Yeah. Morning, my brother.
When UNC had lost election 2015, 6 of these seats were given to COP. One being Arima, and Omera, Hobbit, Ramos, and others. The only seat they won was in Boston with Ramana. The only CCOP one was the Pakistan, and it was a UNCC and they given that. So Gary has to come and win places where PNM coming in because you cannot come and take what UNC have, you already have. You just can't come and take UNCC. According to the Tobago test law, he competed in over 41. What is it?
Thank you very much, next caller. Oh boy, yes. So keep it rolling, because I need to play some voice. So it's morning caller.
Morning.
Short and sweet.
Oh, this antique boy. Maybe you know what this is. This one says down and down says is the next. You need to hear about that. We have to rise up of that. We have to take the country forward. If they can't get their house together and can't come to one unity, what we win?
Thank you very much, next caller. Oh boy. Morning caller, short and sweet. Where you calling from? What's your contribution to the ground report this morning?
Let me tell you, hands big with this. Or they keep on fighting. Or they fight each other. Keep it up. And listen, you know. Or they fight each other. Let me tell you something. The PNM sitting, they stay quiet, and they're just waiting to win the election. Keep fighting. Or the stupid Trinidadians, keep fighting. Or you're going to stay right where it is. Keep it up. All you. Keep on fighting. You understand? Or they don't bring each other and know that we all need each other right now because the PNM is not easy to beat. And instead of they get together, this one and that one, the next one, and back and down, and all you know, back and down confusion. That is why the PNM is going to laugh at us come election. Keep fighting. And don't pull the damn self together.
Hi, Thomas.
What?
Wow.
Who's that?
Sound like I shall boy. Yep. Oh boy, let's continue.
She want unity, she want people to unite. Go ahead. My gosh. Wow.
And I totally 100% agree with that woman. Because we trying to fight Gary trying to fight UNC, and PNM not fighting each other. You know, Canada's running PNM right now. You see them come out and fight on the air? No. Plenty people upset that she is the acting prime minister. You see, everybody complain, and I will tell them, we see in a football match, and we win, and we lost, and then lost. We as the people on the ground going to love, if we don't bring unity, and they just fight on Gary Griffith, and they just fight on Gary Griffith, and they're shuffling. Don't let them get to themselves. We thought you were fighter, and we thought you were English, and we thought you were never fighting PNM. It's PNM, wow, we ain't got a problem. And then we get together, if you have 2% of the church, you have 2%, or it's a different different, and it's something else going on. But we do stupid, we people.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Wow. Yes, the lines are open. Go ahead, caller. Morning caller, we're calling from. What's your contribution to the ground report this morning?
Oh. No, it's not. But Andy, I'm going to tell you something. I am into a lot of politics. I am into it. I'm not going to say who I am. Andy, if we keep fighting, if the parties come than the coalition, I'm telling you, I know what I'm saying. And if they keep fighting like that, we are going to stay where we are. PNM is going to go back in power. So keep all your fight up and see, instead of us fighting PNM, we're fighting each other. I'm making sense? Gary, pull yourself together. Kamala, pull yourself together. And
what? All right, below say this for the morning. For the way calling from. What's
it? Go ahead.
No matter what you do, it's so great about it, I custom with nothing, they want nothing, and nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
15 years from now, they'll be right where they are still voting for PNM with nothing. The first
You lost that caller too? Who's on the outside? Oh boy, what happened there? Get on the inside, get on the inside. Not hearing it, LENNOX.
I'm here. I just was awaiting maybe a voicemail, as the case may be, but that being as it may, I was just merely, of course, commenting on Gary Griffith's a very strident stance on a principle clearly of respect and mutual understanding. But at the same time,
I think we're back. Go ahead.
The choice of words seem to be the issue here. The semantics seem to be the bugbearer that is offensive. And I think if he could polish up there.
Right, 1 minute.
If he can polish up there.
Yes, morning.
Short and sweet.
If you all want to be fighting like this from outside, so God forbid if you have an alliance and UNC decides RSC wins, right? Your alliance. What will happen when the alliance starts and this one can get this and this one want that? What will happen? Everybody will take it on and relax the set, right? What will happen? And then go from there. What happened to the last alliance? One by one, each party started to drop out because they have an alliance and what you will see over again. Well, there's more to when this one can get this and that one can get that. And I think we finished for the YouTube drop. I think YouTube cut off. I will check on YouTube and still get cut off.
All right.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, please check that. Please check that.
Right?
Yes. Nice. Next caller, man. Next caller. Let's go. Morning caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution to the Ground Report this morning?
Yeah, morning.
Good morning to you. What's your contribution to the Ground Report this morning and where are you calling from? Oh my God, what?
I tried calling and I didn't get to that station at all, right? How much am I called in the morning?
Right, but you're happy, right? You're not going to ring me at TT. Right, you're happy, you ain't happy? Come on, let me go.
Hey, I already have some problem with this property tax. And they say, they're going to tax it 10% interest on me. Who I pay? And he what to do, I don't know what to do now, I don't know what to do. This thing I'm not worried about.
There's no choice. I didn't pay it and don't get interest. When you don't pay it, you get interest, but the fact is, it's low now.
Yeah, and they tell me everybody can come out and protest. Everybody get together. And then we got an all these stations with Yanalin and Sai and everybody and protest about this everybody and but just imagine the jobs people who send jobs to one is that they not pay tax to, water to.
It is what it is.
And he always says, madness boy.
Yeah, but we said that on the Ground Report before they even started, but that we told you all that. We said the nuts, man. Your bar gonna get taxed. Your chutney gonna get taxed. The shadow berry, the sweet sauce, the cucumber, everything, the chana, everything gonna get taxed. We told you all that.
Including your inheritance.
Inheritance too.
When you go to the office to put your comment, to charge us for that too?
Of course. You got protest tax.
They will press for tax. They will tax spreads. People press on
the only thing that matters in this country, the only thing that they are getting in this country, the police is getting, is the personal items of selected people. If it's not Imbert son's cell phone, it's the housing bracelet. But forget about the people who you see, of course, dying and who are getting home invaded and all of that nonsense. Forget that. Who get chopped up, who get this, who get that. No. Phone and bracelet. I said, have the phone and bracelet squad, but it have to be from selected people. Wow. You know, talking about protests with that people. No, when you realize that, when you went Pennywise, when you went to the grocery, the grandchildren come here and to get them, you don't realize that you have nothing. Stop digging up in your pocket and looking in your purse. You have nothing.
Don't forget those who have to run out of the constituency under some heavy, dirty water.
We have, Andy, we have.
Conversation this morning. Very good. And everything come out in the open. Yes, guys.
No more calls, let me just play out some of those voice notes and then play out some of those voice notes.
Guys, let us keep it real. As far, this is and everything come out in the open. And as far as I gather, I like to be fair, I like to be real. UNC has the fault. That is my party. But UNC have the faults in this thing. Gary has his faults in.
Yeah, and I get caught up there and here to say something again.
Right, no, right. Say we had to say short and sweet again, but we now not taking no more calls, no call back. Alright, go ahead, mommy.
Mr. Andy, hear me. Look how they have feelings for the whole thing. And when the poor people die, and when they killing the children on vision, everything, you're hearing nobody saying nothing. No ministers on the both sides, nobody saying nothing. Just imagine, he just lost a bracelet, and look at how this country did for the whole thing. He killed 20 babies, you're hearing nothing up to this day. You can't get no mess, nothing, good, and you can't get nothing. Right? This is real advantage. And thank you so much, Andy, for allowing me to say what to say.
Thank you so much, no problem. Just let people know come to the number one program, the Ground Report, Real Media TT Facebook, Real Media TT YouTube, and then you'll get us the Ground with the GR Team Prime on Guile the Caribbean. So make sure just continue to share those links. Right, let's say those voice notes here, let's hear finish off here what these people have to say. These are people that miss out in making calls to Gary.
Okay, thank you.
Let us keep it real. This was a very, very good conversation this morning. Very good. And everything come out in the open. And as far as I gather, I like to be fair, I like to be real. UNC has the faults. That is my party. But UNC have the faults in this thing. Gary has his faults in this thing. Right? They are wrong here and there. And he is wrong here and there. But hey, all here, let me fix it. Let me stop the hate. As Gary said, dialogue, communication, and respect. Let me turn the page. Yesterday was yesterday. We have an election to win. Oh God, order, can't take a mud, Rowley, Cummins. Oh God, I can't take not one of these PNM in the face for a day more. I wish the election was tomorrow. Stop the bickering. Let us mature politically. Let us remove the hate. Yesterday was yesterday. Let us change our attitudes. Gary, you tend to be a little hasty. That is why I like to have you in national security to deal with Rowley and them criminals. But yesterday was yesterday, and let us get together, forget the past, and unite. People that is divorced, and then that is remarry, and live happily ever after. Let everybody forgive and forget, change the attitude, and let us move forward. Because trust me, as I said already, I can't take PLM for 5 more years, and we have to win. And the only way we can win, we must all unite. Blessings.
After this interview today with Gary Griffith, the NTA party is dead. Congratulations, Ground Report, for informing the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Morning, caller. Short and sweet. I'm going to give you some short and sweet.
I was talking and I got cut off earlier on.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying, Andy, I'm going to tell Trinidad, I'm going to talk to Auntie Cam, Gary Griffith, Philip Alexander. All you need to follow this out together, seriously. And it's not joke. The fighting need to stop. We need to build a coalition. We need to win the election, come out victorious. But if we don't, PNM is going to stay. I am pleading the three of you, pull together, unite. We don't need this now. Let's fight when we win the election. And even when we win the election, let's not fight even though. But if we want to make a back now, wait until we win the election now. Right now we don't need the confusion. I'm telling you, Andy, I'm going to tell you my heart aching because I know what's going to take place. If this fight will stop. If this fight will stop and they keep fighting each other, I tell you, real people will not try election. Right. Mark my words, or they will stop politicians.
Thank you very much.
Pleasant morning to the ground report and the guest here, Mr. Gary Griffith. Mr. Gary Griffith, as an individual, if we never needed you, then we needed you now more. The crime is out of hand and it
Oh, God, that's what was playing out now. Oh, boy.
is getting from bad to worse. So if you can come in sometime under the government that will be assuming office sometime, but we hope as soon as we think. Morning to the ground report, morning to Mr. Gary.
Good morning, Andy, Mikey, Lennox, and everybody in the chat. Good morning, Sean and Tobago. Andy, listen, I saw Philip Alexander on TikTok, and based on the comments that he was making, it might make a lot of sense because you say, listen, UNC is the only party that is able, right, to beat the PNM, and everybody needs to close ranks. Right? And man also mentioned no third party would do anything except that distract. So, as Philip Alexander said, we need to close ranks, everybody needs to come together, and we need to form one unit, push one head, and get rid of this evil taxing line, wicked evil PM. Okay? So come on, people, let's get together and do what we have to do. We have to save our country. God bless.
That is kind of coalition, Lord. No, you don't have coalition, you don't have collision. Because it's three dumb, Turkish people fighting for Prime Minister. Philip, Gary, and the drunken Matt. And they always say, three drunken masters can't live in the same room shop.
And like you can let us good morning. I want to let you all telling this country in subtle words that a party with 19 seats will not be able to defeat the PNL with a 3-seat difference. After all what been said and done by the PNM in this country, you will tell me out of the 6 seats that turned against the PNM in 2010, all 6 is going to go back to the PNM. All you get real and stay focused. That Kamala Pusati says 19 seats, it will grow and she will take office. With or without Gary or whoever, she will take office. Bye.
Hello, Mikey, Andy, Leonard Smith, and Mr. Gary Griffith. This is Juice. Now, Mr. Gary Griffith, you make me really turn from you because you're talking about respect, right? And the New York caller, although he was wrong in the question because he probably would have been misinformed. You in your response could have handled that better, right? You are the leader of a political party. Remember, that means you have aspiration to become a prime minister. And if that's the way I'm saying people, it's better we leave Dr. Aroli there, right? That ain't making no sense, right? This is unbecoming of a man who wants to be Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. What is that? And another thing, I see you dodging that question about this thing about Kamala and the Grey Goose. And then on top of that, there's another question our caller asked with regard to the Faris Harawi and the children in firing range. What happened to that? What happened to that when you were commissioner of police? You didn't have enough evidence. I just trying to ask, just remember, you go bully me, eh? Tell it. Hello, ground report. No, my Gary Griffith, you're a comedian, you know. 1 minute you're saying you're handling things behind closed doors, better handle things behind closed doors, and in the next breath you're saying, oh, somebody call you to tell you that they want you to run for St. Joseph. But let me tell you something, better PNM remain right there. You see all this sort of foolishness. I can't take this pressure. I go take me and my family and we will leave this country because you see you guys, have a blessed day.
Andy, good morning again. I just heard a caller saying that to keep this bickering for after we win. Make that make sense to me now. Make that make sense. So patch up things now, and when we win, right, the bickering, continue with the bickering and let the government collapse. That make a lot of sense. Sometimes I just wonder what people is be thinking with. How can you sit in a government with somebody who is being so nasty and disrespectful? If something should happen and they're going to fly off the handle, and they're going to do everything that to bring on the government, we saw it with Ramesh and them. We saw it. Is that what all you want? Instead of all you calling on the people to unite, to remove the PNM, that's what all you calling the Kamala should sleep with inverted commas, I'm not calling them on, with the devil. My God, when I hear the thinking of some of these people, so we so desperate that don't care what he say, he should be sitting there. I beg to differ.
Morning, Andy and Mikey, Lennox, UB. Hey, morning, Gary. I hope you're listening. This is Ken Pope, West Palm Beach, Florida. I respect you as a police officer. I respect you as a captain because I am close relative in the law enforcement, which is in high places I can see. Right? Please, Gary, want to come together and work things out. I want to come to my country for a vacation and spend some time with my family, and I cannot come. Please, Gary, you want to come together. I respect you. You do a good job. Law enforcement, I respect you. Please stand down and work together with the UNC and get this government out of there, or else you would not have a country. All right? I respect you, man, again. Gary, do what you have to, man. Sometimes you have to go, lose sometime and take, okay? All right, man. Have a nice day. I like it.
I've got to leave at this point in time. I've got to be stepping away. So, folks, don't forget tonight. Yeah, Yeah, I need to jump on a little early right here now. So again, don't forget tonight, The Observer, yours truly, Mikey K, Guile TV, of course, Ampere Flow, that's 7 p.m. and at 8 p.m. Corridor Transformation with LENNOX Smith. Folks, I leave you now in good hands until tomorrow. I'm out of here.
Nice. Oh boy. Let's continue. Let's continue there. Quick. Oh boy. I'm trying to scan through all those voices on this people. I don't know what voice been getting. It's either you coming in and making a good contribution or not. And you're coming there and you're coming there with this kind of stupid talk thing there, people not on that. Right?
Andy and Lennox again on this where Mr. Griffith is speaking about. We always have to remember that Mr. Griffith came from a military background. Okay? Mr. Griffith came from a military background, and in the military, speaking up and speaking out, these people and them, they don't accept stupidness and stupid questions. You understand? They don't. Sometimes people ask Donald Trump something and he's arrogant at what he said because he's not military. But you know what? We gotta respect the man and what he says. It has certain loopholes that everybody jumps in. Look, he asks you, Andy, when did he say certain things, and you can't, back it up with facts. And this is what even the UNC have something that he is in the military and he sees it. He's going to speak about it. He's not going to sugarcoat it. He's going to speak. This is how these military are. I have a lot of friends in the United States here who are Marines, as they say, it never won. You never was a Marine, once a Marine, always a Marine. And these guys are still the same way since the days of Vietnam War. They're still the same way. They don't accept
Oh boy. Well, just so we finish up.
stupid questions. They don't. Come on, we gotta be real now, man. We gotta be real. This little baby thing, and everybody want to tell back. Okay, baby, no. This bullshit. It has to stop.
Alright. Gotta stop. Oh boy. Just 3 more minutes to the hour of 10 o'clock, which we will be ending at. You can watch my colleague there. Hard-working colleague, in fact. But of course, being over here.
Good morning to the ground report, Mr. Gary Griffith. Mr. Gary Griffith, put all the difference there. Let's come back to one ethnic of this country with Arima, Nidia, UNE, UNC. Thank you.
Alright. Next note. Let's do the next note here. Quick. Wow. Mikey, when you jumping out, just leave that on. How do I take it off?
Andy, please listen. Andy, good morning. Andy, this is very wrong. That's a wrong way to present. Like, you can't you guys should ask all the questions for the people want to ask. Don't let fall. A man like you be falling and they're all falling and taking too many time. You just killing. The guy was very tired, man. Don't let it go for me. Next time, don't do it. You ask the question. You guys ask the question. What do people want to ask? Don't let kids and all this people for me. Wasting time, killing individuals. Right.
Oh boy. Well, I just had to set it here. 1 minute to the hour. This is where I have to set it for now. Last voice note. And I have to remind my colleague Mikey when he's leaving, just leave it as that. I will cut off for him because we're going to throw off the set. Oh boy. But yes, let's take the last voice note. Nice.
Good morning once again, Andy, Mikey, and LENNOX. Andy, and those in the chat. Andy, listen, I want to tell Auntie Kamala, that lovely lady, and I want to tell Mr. Gary Griffith, in the multitude of counsel there is wisdom, eh? So all you please, all you get together, let me get our act together as a nation, you know, because we have a nation to save. Think about our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, okay, and generations to come. Because under this evil, wicked PNM, if we don't get these people out of office, we may not have a nation. God bless.
Thank you very much. Last call, last voice note. Whoever wants to make your closing comments are short and sweet.
Well, yes, I want to be as compendious as possible, and that is to say that Gary Griffith is set in his ways, but we see some contradictions. He is, of course, saying that he will maintain and of necessity must respond. I suppose is a natural feature of his character. If he's attacked, he will, of course, respond. He will reciprocate. But at the same time, he has identified the need for unity and for a common platform to move forward. But at the same time, acknowledging, I think that he's the weaker link in any chain between himself and the UNC. But of course, accepting. From my view, that the UNC will win, but of course, with an arrangement, they will win more handsomely. I suppose that is what I have taken away from the discourse this morning. I think it's good. It demonstrates it has laid the groundwork, and of course, the UNC would be taking copious notes. I'm sure that the window is still open, whether or not they take up the challenge that is presented to them. And he has not yet told me what are the building blocks to bridge that gap. We're talking about a gap to be bridged, but what are the building blocks? We have yet to, of course, get that from him. But I suppose future.
He said mutual respect.
No. That is not the building block I'm talking about. I'm talking about the building blocks. Those are the principles. The principle is,
all right.
Yeah, mutual respect. Yes, but the building blocks. Who must make the first approach? How must that be done? Who will write a letter? Who will, of course, send an emissary? Who will engage, of course, in meaningful discourse? That is what I'm talking about. The building blocks towards, of course, mutual respect, and the other element that he spoke of that is generically required in order to move forward. So those are the things that I have taken away from this discussion this morning. I trust that I'm sure that there are others that people would have views on. I have heard some of them, but as far as coming together is concerned, I think that is where we are at in terms of NTA involvement in a united platform for the next elections with the UNC.
Nice. So Trinidad and Tobago, after God family comes first. Yes. Be safe on the nation's roads. Yes, be safe on the nation's roads. Until tomorrow morning, please God, yours should be on behalf of the people of radio, on behalf of the Ground Report team, LENNOX Smith and Michael Koo. We are out of here.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and LENNOX Smith.
Bang, bang.
Bang, 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 bang.
This is Massive Go Sign, and I'm giving you an account.
Rolling on account, rolling on account, rolling on account, rolling on account. Hey!
Rowdy mother walking harder in the sun and rain. If you see this woman, she does not leave.
Yes, indeed. Of course, we have come to the end of another edition of the Ground Report on the corridor transformation. I trust that you enjoyed the delivery this morning, and we look forward to, of course, tomorrow morning. But of course, don't forget that tonight, the corridor transformation will be continue, of course, with these and other matters of national concern and import. Have a wonderful rest of the day. God bless. I'll see you tonight. Your host, LENNOX Smith. Bye-bye.
Rowley mother tell Rowley she don't know what to do, but what she really didn't know, he was thieving too. The boy had been thieving since he was very small, involved in corruption and all kind of bubble. So Rowley mother decided to do some checking, but anytime she checked, things still missing. Sweet potato and cassava, broccoli and cauliflower, the pawpaw and the mango, we want the pitango, even all the passion fruit that bear in every month. Rowley mother, Rowley mother, Rowley mother count. Rowley mother planting all kind of produce, grapefruit, lime and orange for you to make your juice. A hard-working woman, working day and night, but them jamming solid thieving. As she out she liked, so she went up in Tobago, up in Lake Edo, for Obia to see who thieving hototo. The lettuce and tomato, the cabbage and pimento, the celery and baji, the saiva and the carai, even all the pumpsy that they're in every month. Rowley mother, Rowley mother,